I just can't let you go. Lord knows that I've tried to. You said I was the only one. No one likes being lied to. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I wanna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I've been stuck on your memory, but it's not like I need it. And we may have some history, but we don't have to repeat it. You made this mess and left me with the pieces. Now I'm gonna burn all the bridges between us. I can't focus, I can't forget. I've been thinking too much lately. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear my head. I just need to clear.
Whoops. We're a little lopsided. I know. My audio's low because I'm my little tribble. Make trouble with tribbles. I think. Whoops. I'm late. Thank you for bearing with me. We may fall over. We're a little, I don't know. We're trying. We're doing our best. Also, if you didn't know, Melaleuca is an MLM. Surprise! Surprise, surprise. Welcome. If you're new here, hello. I'm DC. I'm a multi-level marketing dropout. And I have no knowledge. My God. I'm chaotic. I'm a little bit late. We kind of fly by the seat of our pants sometimes. I do love a good Zoom infiltration. It's my favorite thing to do besides roast PowerPoints. And we did get these live, but I got a little overwhelmed with the sludge of Orville. And even though I'm like anti-MLM and part of my heart is like, yay, Orville's burning his company to the ground, I'm also a little bit like, why are you wrecking the reps' lives like this and telling them like, this is so good for you? And so I had to like, I had to take a second to, take a deep breath. And so I'm here. I recorded Friday. I have Wednesday's training, Thursday's training. So we're going to do that next week. I've sent all of these to Sam D. I'm pretty sure. I vacuumed my soul away, and no, normally I'm not a clean person, but my new medication, I'm kind of hyper focusing on vacuuming, so not that y'all needed to know that, but I'm just sharing to share. I don't know. Normally at the beginning of the streams we do highs and lows, but also I'd love if you wanted to be take a little next step, and if you want to share something you like about yourself. I'd love to hear that too. I will try to go first. Good thing that happened today. Hi. I spent most of my spoons on executive functioning because I had to. And now this is my reward, hanging out with you and my coffee. This is a bad decision because it's 8 p.m. Central. I forgot to tell Remind. Please hold. Do. And my low is, you know, chronic pain is chronicking, so I'm not going to get discouraged about it. We're in the chronic pain corner, and that's okay. It's where we've got to be, kind of. And I know everyone's super gracious about it. I guess I was kind of like looking forward to going back to the treehouse maybe with the new meds, but we're still on the bed, and that's okay. Where is the link? If you want to get text updates, and I'm going to get better at this when we go live, like I'm about to do right meow, you can, hey, we're live. Hey, we're live roasting Orville and Heidi. Send. You can do that here. So, RMD. It'll give you the instructions in the chat. Replay crew, if you're like, what chat? What instructions? The live will need to, it'll take a second. I don't like blue today. Hold on, let's go purple. No, this is pink. Where's purple? Like, what are you doing, DC? I don't know. Okay, well, this is fine. One thing I like about myself. Do we like anything about ourselves today? Not really. Let's see. I already told everyone we're participating. I'm a kind human. Mostly, as I'm about to roast people. Yeah, you know what? I'm a kind human. I care about people. I care about people. Sure. I care about people getting taken advantage of. I love that. Do we want to see if, like, our widget works today? Do we want to see if it works? Is it not working because let's see. So, our chat works. Let's go. Chat's on screen too. My hair, like, let's go. And y'all can pick anything you like about yourself. And sometimes that's super hard to do, and sometimes that's easier to do. We love that. Uh-oh. Did I cut this off? Hold on. We were so close, EJ. 550. Save. I cut it off. Hold on. Edit. Fill entire frame. Save. That's okay. We'll turn it off. At least we know it's working. But that's okay. We'll just keep on members only chat. No, we won't. We'll do it on the other screen. That's okay. That's okay. We'll pivot. We'll pivot like in Friends. And I'm not going to freak out because we knew it could happen. And I'm just going to readjust this. If you don't know what Scentsy is used to be the blood enemy of candles everywhere, and then Orville lost his backbone because Scentsy was going downhill thanks to Dan's poor leadership. Oh wait, that's not what he said. And they decided because suddenly candles were safe again, that they were going to start selling candles. So they used to melt the wax in these warmers that they sell and villainize candles, and now they sell wax warmers, wax melts, and candles. And at this conference, they released the little sleeves that you can pop a candle into, because the exterior of their candles are atrocious. So they had to put a sleeve on. So, surprise! Also, if you we are going to do a TLDR. You can't watch 15 hours of streams with me, so here's what you missed at Scentsy Family Reunion, and that is going to be a linear, non-squirrel trail stream with like pictures and graphs and like for my lovely squirrels who are more A-type than DC type brains, but that's coming next week. And the Pepe Sylvia board slaps. It really does. So I'm excited to show y'all. And I'm going. One thing you like about, oh, your red hair. I love that. I love that. 34 months. Also, I see that we have a new member too. You're almost a 3-year-old, Tori. Love it. Y'all, put your member milestones too. Is Orville roasted at 350 or 425? Ooh, probably at 425 because odd number. Oh. Good question. I was thinking 425. Probably 425 because I don't like it as much as I like 350. Now that I'm thinking about it. Got to see my best friend. Love that. Oh, we have a new member. Hold on, let me do that. New member. Where did it go? Yes, it does say look the stream. We are hygienic here. We also have our shots, so we don't give anybody communicable diseases. Oh, De-Influence Darling, thank you. De-Influence Darling was acting naughty in the chat earlier. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here to roast the corpse of Scentsy, but always remember the hardest thing on a roasted corpse to eat is the casket. Why did I miss all these good comments earlier? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'm back on track. Okay, here we go. Welcome to Illyria. We're back.
Gold. Headmaster. So very pleased to meet you. So very, very pleased.
Hello, sir. Heard you wanted to see me.
I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to Illyria. Welcome, 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 welcome to Illyria. I just wanted to have you in to say welcome.
Welcome. I'm like blinding myself a little bit. It's okay. I'm gonna open up the stream. Scentsy stream is only 2 hours on Friday, so copy, link, address, paste, rip, theater mode. Oh, close that. Oh, there he is. There's Dan. There's Dan. And then I'm going to speed this up to 1.5. Also, Scentsy was not started by Orville and Heidi. Oh, we need to put our popcorn up. Sorry. Important things need to be done. Yes, I know. Orville may have big feelings about me only... he doesn't have big feelings about me reacting to him. I only started wanting to react to Scentsy because Orville reminded me of Orville Redenbacher. And yes, do I have a hat that says I'm only here for the popcorn? And yes, did we have popcorn on the screen the entire time we were reacting to Scentsy Family Reunion? Yes. Should you subscribe because I'm providing the premium, non-important content for anti-MLM? Yes. I'm being sarcastic. Am I going to tell you every time I'm being sarcastic? Probably yes, because it's just, I probably think that you're not going to get it, because I never get sarcasm. Okay. Alright. Chat. Alright. Husband and children have returned from vacation. Oh. Neurosurgery? Has Scentsy ever reached out to me? No. I mean, have they ever slapped my videos? No, they haven't sent any cease and desists. I've gotten my channel slapped by other multi-level marketing companies. The little disclaimers that I used to do at the front of my videos were helpful. Like, the fact that my videos are so much longer than what I react to and me going back and forth let me live under the umbrella of fair use very easily. Me sneaking into these Zooms do make companies grumpy. They made Nueva very grumpy. But, yeah. Young Living gets grumpy about it. And Nueva's gotten the grumpiest about it, but, yeah. Scentsy hasn't gotten... You'd have to ask Sam D. Sam D's a much bigger Scentsy creator than I am. So. Let's see. For some reason, let me just double check. Oh, beautiful. This is already mostly set up. I think. No, it's not. Why would it be working? That's okay. Settings. Live translate. If you need live translation for me, if you are in Google Chrome on your computer, go to your tab or your window, look in the top right hand corner. There's going to be 3 little dots, vertical dots. Click on that. Go to settings at the bottom. Click on settings. In the search bar, type live. Live captions will come up. Toggle it on. Agree to what you need to agree to. And then choose the language. And then you should be good to go. And
was brought to you by...
And we should be good to go now. Publish. Back to live. I don't know what happened to our good colors, though. This video was brought to you by the blood, sweat, and tears of multi-level marketing reps everywhere losing money, not making any money, or going into debt for Orville and Heidi Thompson. I was about to say Redenbacher. Okay. The captions are on, but where's my good color? We did a good color the other day. Okay. That's fine. Let's go. If you have questions about Scentsy, let me know. If you have questions about what an MLM is, let me know.
By Warm.
Oh.
Scentsy family, please welcome back to the stage, Dan Orchard.
Oh my God, music.
Hey. Wow, this is it. Can you believe it? Our final session together. You guys sad?
Oh,
Do
you
you all
can't
want to
hear.
move to Idaho? We have no more space here. We've run out of houses. You can't all move here, but we love having you here. SFR, it always comes to an end too fast. But we've loved being here together. We have loved welcoming you home.
Yes, Kate.
I have a question. What did you all think about the Scentsy campus? We loved showing it off. And how about that Scentsy store? Does anybody have any money left?
Oh my God. This looks like Young Living and Mary Kay headquarters had a baby. Whenever you go to visit Mary Kay, and I was in Mary Kay, they have when you go visit Mary Kay, if you're either going for like to seminar or if you're going as like a director reveal or like a director visit because you made director or something, they have all of the employees come out to like the open when you walk into the Mary Kay building. All of the floors, like the second, third, fourth floors, are open to like the entrance. So all of the employees come out on the first, second, third floor and they will clap and cheer for you. And Young Living's campus looks healthy and clean and crispy like this. And so it's very like, you know, culty, curly-Q like this. Also, if y'all are falling asleep to this culty fever dream, good luck. I hope I hope nothing too bad happens to you. Thank you for letting me play either way.
Any money left? No, I didn't think so. We hope it was very special for all of you. Now, you received your Scentsy pods in the place they are made. You collected your seasonal testers in the place where they ship to you. And you received your exclusive SFR brick in the very place it was poured. Do you like the fragrance? You know, that fragrance was especially made for all of you. We wanted this high desert scent with notes of agave and citron, mint and desert lily, saguaro, cactus, and warm amber sands to remind you of Idaho and all of our experiences that we've had together. Our first 3 sessions that we've already had were mostly about inspiration, new ideas, new products, new opportunities, joy and community, and the motivation we all need to start something new.
That has yet to be defined.
Oh. Thank you. Thank you for eating my leftovers. You are a kind human. Ex-Cal just came in and let me know that he's helping me with my leftover mac and cheese.
That first night, I asked you to run, to define your 4-minute mile, to set a goal, maybe even an impossible goal, and break it. Everyone sponsor one by the end of the year. Or more. That part is up to you. Heidi reminded us what Scentsy has meant to millions of people around the world, what it means to us, and what we can still become.
Yeah. Oh, no. Everyone sponsor one. No. Let me tell you what happened. They're like reframing this. I know. Everyone's like, we're not going to come back to watch your recap. I'll recap it for you right now. Don't worry. I'll help you out. You don't need to come back. Heidi, day one, Heidi tells a story, trigger warning, rat testing. And I know, testing on animals, trigger warning testing on animals. And also, like, Heidi smiling about rat testing, and using the test to, like, tie it to a failing multi-level marketing model and pretending that, like, the multi-level marketing model doesn't fail. Okay? That's the issue. And I'm not saying that people haven't learned things from this test. Okay? Okay. So Heidi, day one, is like, talk. I'm so happy. She's a little bit weepy. It happens. I'm a weeping willow. It's okay. She cries a little bit more than normal, but, like, it's Scentsy family reunion. We get it. She's talking. And then all of a sudden, she's talking about this test, this study, where the scientists put these rats in this testing tank and make them swim for as long as they can. And they can only swim for 15 minutes. Like, that's the max they can swim before they, like, start drowning. This is my very, like, basic understanding of it. You can go back and listen to it. We're going to recap it next week. Not that specific thing, but all of Scentsy family reunion. And she then says the scientists pull the rats out, or some of the rats out, dry them off, save them basically, and it does something to their brains that right at the point of exhaustion, they're going to get saved. And so it does something to their brains that they should keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing, because they're going to get saved. Like, that at the very limit of what they're able to do, they're going to, like, someone is going to come in and save them. So they were able to go from only being able to swim for 15 minutes to swim for 60 hours. Yes. And she's smiling about this, okay? Setting aside like things that people have learned science-wise. I don't want to debate the science of this right now. The only thing I want to debate is she's tying things that scientists learn about the brain to trying to validate a broken compensation model of MLM. She's trying to bolster the broken parts of MLM with, like, science and also using emotional, like, manipulation of a surprise, like, hey, by the way, I'm going to tell you about this really, like, upsetting animal study, and I'm not going to warn you about it, so, like, suck it up. So she's misunderstanding the experiment. It was an experiment to observe depressive behaviors. Of course she's misunderstanding it. Of course she's misunderstanding it. Are we surprised? No. And, like, that is, again, that's me, like, reiterating what she said, because she obviously is like Heidi, and she's using something to fit what she's trying to get the reps to do. You know what I mean? I'm like, why is my... There we go. Yeah. Yeah, and again, it's like, they are not, and also... yeah, and again, like, I don't want to get... I have to do an ADHD checkpoint. Like, it's a very twisty thing. And the science people, Becca, if you want to link the study, feel free to. I don't know if you can, if you are able to link it, that would be awesome. Like, whatever, like, ends up, what am I trying to say? She doesn't understand the science, and also she's trying to use her twisted understanding of it, or even if she did understand it, both of them, both either her misunderstanding of it or her understanding of it, she's using both of those to push her emotional manipulation through, her thought control through, to get the reps in the audience to do something. Stay the course, stay in Scentsy, keep their downlines in check, blah, blah, blah. So day one was wild. Day one was freaking wild. Press the right button. Oh yeah, and then Orville and Heidi are just like, if everyone just brings one person in, our company's gonna be saved. Yeah, right. Yeah, freaking right.
Will become together. I think we could all agree with her when she said, this house has good bones. Am I right? Now, Orville taught us about the strength of social proof, and that it's our responsibility to show the world that Scentsy is the best option for anyone who loves fragrance and decor and wants a family-friendly business opportunity. That requires us to be where people are and show up in a fresh, inviting way. So I'll ask you this question. Who's excited to access the TikTok shop and become a Scentsy creator?
Oh yeah. Was it the awards night? So Scentsy has come to an agreement with TikTok to allow Scentsy products to be sold through the TikTok shop portal if the rep is a part of the creator program. So Scentsy, however it works, Monat does it. It's not even like if Scentsy was not a multi-level marketing program, I don't have an issue with it. If Monat wasn't a multi-level marketing program, aside from the fact that their products have, people have a strong reaction to the Monat products, in my opinion. Setting aside that part and all the other unethical things they've done as a company, in my opinion, hypothetically, a company being a part of TikTok and individuals qualifying for the creator program and then using links to get commission, I don't see an issue. However, this is so twisty and everyone thinks it's great. It's not. I'm trying to fix this so people can actually see the chat. Because I'm not sure what's going on. Please hold. Sorry. There we go. Sorry about that. We are just, pivoting, and that's okay. And I'm telling myself that because that's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna press play.
We can't wait to see what you create. That's going to be so much fun. You have also heard from many Scentsy pace setters on stage and through breakouts, soundbites, and the expo this week who gave you tools and ideas maybe you didn't have before. Today is about action. Heidi said it best. Belief doesn't just return on its own. Belief returns through action. Now, I hope you feel refreshed and ready for what's next. I hope the time we've shared together has reignited your belief in Scentsy and in yourself. Now it's time to grow. This morning, think about how you can use everything you learned, every new product you're excited to share, every idea you want to try, every moment that reminded you why you started. And leave today knowing exactly what you'll do next. Today is about building the business you want. It is about connecting with people in the way only you can. and we'll share more about the different
Yes.
platforms you can use to reach them.
Good point, Nick.
But you're the one who gets to open the door and welcome them in. To help, I'd like to introduce you to our final guest speaker. Our guest speaker this morning is a New York Times bestselling author, founder and CEO, investor, and one of the earliest trailblazers to helping brands connect with people online. For 25 years, she has helped shape how global brands like Nike, Dwayne Johnson.
Interesting how he glossed over the fact that they're going to be on Amazon. Or maybe I just missed that. In case I just missed it, or in case you missed it, Orville and Heidi. And this is the part like where I rage the most, or maybe I shouldn't be raging about this. Orville and Heidi are putting Scentsy on Amazon. And they said it's going to be great, but mostly they say they're fighting against pirated Scentsy products when, okay, eye roll of a lifetime, guys. There's one guy selling the Scentsy flower whatever products. It's one individual rep who's selling their little smelly flower deal that they sell on their as a Scentsy product, and he sold thousands of them. And they said, oh, well, we can't take him down. We have to put a shop. And oh, well, I mean, we're not the only multi-level marketing companies that are on Amazon. Other companies have done it too. And they're like, Arbonne's done it, blah, 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 blah. They list all these things. And it's like, this is the beginning of the end, in my opinion. This is Orville deciding if he can run Scentsy without the reps, if he can make more money without the reps, if he is able to sell product and get that bigger profit range by customers going to Amazon, even though he has to pay that listing fee to Amazon, he doesn't have to pay rep commission. He doesn't have to pay any of that shit. Now, they did say, well, we're not going to list everything on Amazon because y'all are still important to us. But I know there's such a thing as a slippery slope fallacy, but it's always a slippery slope with Orville. First it's this, and then it's like, oh, well, what about this product? Then what about this product? Then what about this product? And it's like, well, what about this product? Aren't y'all okay with us doing this? And they're like, this really will help with Scentsy's credibility. No, someone really doesn't want to get harassed at the end of the month, so they're going to go to Amazon and want something in 2 days. That's what's going to happen. We don't have much info other than he's selling out stuff. How dare he? Blah, blah, blah. Yep. Yes, hear me out. If I can go to Amazon or directly to the Scentsy website, why do I need a rep? Yep, and they didn't really address any of those points. They just said, we're never going to get rid of y'all. You're really important to us. They didn't address any of the issues. Kind of like when you go to GoPro, and they have all of the really top-selling GoPro people, and they have those panels where they're just like, oh, those stupid people who really hate us, but they have questions. They don't actually, like, answer those questions that anti-MLM people have. They don't really address hard-hitting things. They didn't do anything on stage about, like, what maybe people who are afraid of what going to Amazon could mean. They didn't answer any of those questions. But it's going to be so great. It's going to be just like all the feels. It's going to feel so good.
Johnson and other Fortune 500 companies connect with humans in a digital world. She also hosts the Why Not Now podcast, which is in the 10th year, where she has interviewed hundreds of founders, creators, and leaders on turning ideas into action. She believes the future of technology is the future of humanity. And she helps individuals and organizations think more clearly, act more bravely, and take action on their ideas. Please join me in welcoming to the Scentsy stage, Amy Jo Martin.
Feel the rain on your skin.
Oh my God. Oh, Gotta take a screenshot. Amy Jo Martin. I don't know who she is. She's going on our Pepe Sylvia board. Oh.
To 10, how are we doing this morning? Hold up your hands. Yeah, yeah. I learned last night that when I say Scentsy, you say Scentsy, Scentsy. I love it. So I might do that randomly throughout the next few minutes, and we'll just keep energizing each other. I am so excited to be here today, and I want to kick off with a question.
Is she talking too fast? I can slow her down. I guess if I'm having that question, I'll slow her down to 145.
So you know that thing that you've been thinking about doing, that idea. Yeah, the one that's been rolling around in the back of your mind. Not the thing you're already doing, but the thing that keeps you awake at night. It's probably something you haven't even told anyone yet. Why not now? Why not you? Because if not you, then who? And if not now?
Can I just shout out all the authors? I say not shout out. Why are so many speakers or authors who do motivational speaking going to multi-level marketing conferences / seminars? Where's the discretion in saying, hey, you know what? Like, let's not bolster high control groups. Let's mute multi-level marketing. Let's just mute it. Let's mute it and force them to go retail, or mute it and then they can like stop because their product is harmful or their business method is so harmful, like their product maybe just needs to like be in a timeout for a little bit. I don't know. Scentsy literally could be retail. It literally could be retail.
Right now. Then when? So what's your idea? I'd like you to think of both a professional, a business, why not now idea, as well as something personal. Maybe your idea is to really focus on growing your personal brand. So your presence is present even when you are not, right? And you're able to persuade in places when you're not even there, right? That's a way to scale yourself and scale your time. Maybe your idea is to substantially grow your team, grow your group. It could be
grow your team, grow your group. Do you even know what you're like, who you're speaking to? Grow your team, grow your group, grow your triangle, grow your pyramid. You get to win at the top because there's churn in your mid to lower tiers. You know what? I'm like, do I want to even do this? Don't do it. I wish I would have gotten on. I mentally couldn't. It would have been the best use of my time to be on Twitter, tweeting the author while we were live. Because this is nonsensical for her to be doing a generic talk, encouraging the reps here when she doesn't even know the group that she's speaking to and the ways they recruit.
To invest more time to learn a new skill, maybe learn more about how AI can help you throughout your day and life. Maybe it's personal.
Oh my God.
It could be to have a critical conversation, and that's it. It could be to convert a relationship in one direction or the other. Maybe pick the guitar back up, take the trip, whatever it is. That's what we're focused on today, is taking action. And your idea might be to stop doing something, right? Yes, it's expensive. Just ask my therapist and my accountant. Like, get pricey, right? Anything is possible, but everything is not. So what we're going to do today is greenlight your idea and literally step across that starting line. If you want something you've never had, you must do something you've never done. You must go somewhere you've never gone, right? In my experience, for the best results, you go with a like-minded, like-hearted human sitting next to you. Now, when we were young, we were told to be brave, but we weren't taught how. Because bravery is not a mood, it's a system. And when we can learn to manufacture bravery at any given moment, it's like you have it in your back pocket. It will change the trajectory of your life. Now, we definitely weren't taught how to navigate this moment in time. Everything's accelerated. Everything's going faster. We have so much going on cognitively. And what I've been focused on is how we can use this moment in time, this accelerated era, to our advantage to...
Dude, her picture is a stoplight that's just... There's no color in it. She used a stock image
to increase our quality of life
and there's no, like, why did she choose this?
Deepen our humanity, not just dehumanize. A lot of people are using things like artificial intelligence transactionally, like a vending machine. But what if we can start to think differently and collaborate and increase our quality of life, doing more of what we love to do? That's what we're going to focus on today. So there are these micro windows of opportunity in life, right? And when they're met with manufactured bravery, this execution courage, we can have macro impacts. And I want to share a story of a moment when this happened to me, and it changed the entire trajectory of my life. So I'm working in the NBA. This is mid-2000s. And I'm the director of digital media and research at the time, sitting at my desk, right? I'm working for the Phoenix Suns. The phone rings, and it's Bob from basketball operations. He said, Amy Jo, get down to the locker room right now. Shaq wants to learn how to tweet. Nobody in this building knows what that means, so get down here, click, right? Now, as someone who works in the front office of a professional sports team, there's a rule. You do not interface with the athletes unless that's your job, not in my job description. So I stand up, and I walk to the elevator. I'm going to go meet, Shaquille O'Neal. But first, time out. I'm a small town girl from Wyoming. I grew up in Trailer Parks, Wyoming. We have some Wyoming out here? Yeah, I love it. And I had never met a celebrity before. Clearly, I got my celebrity fashion from my brother with those socks. Thank you, Justin. But I definitely had never taught them anything. In fact, I had just learned to drive on the freeway not too long prior to this. So I'm running the scenario in my mind, and I stand up, and I was like, I'm going to go meet Shaquille O'Neal today. I walk to the elevator. Hit the elevator button, the door's open. And
I think she probably wrote this. She probably is a good writer. I can slow her down a little bit. This is her field, so I would probably say that she wrote this. I would say it's one of her probably like her speeches she gives and then adjusts depending on like who she's speaking to. If someone that wasn't in her field was speaking, then I would say yeah, probably like someone wrote it for them or ChatGPT helped them or whatever, but like I think she probably wrote it. And she was just paid to speak there. Yeah.
And I step into that window of opportunity. As I open again, 7-foot-tall Shaquille O'Neal. He hands me his Shackberry, right, his BlackBerry. This is mid-2000s. And he said, well, what do I say? I said, share the Shaquille behind the Shaq. Share the person behind the personality. We can see what you do on TV, right? It's pretty literal. You play basketball. Pretty good. Struggle with your free throws, but you're pretty good, right? I didn't say that quite yet. But I said, we want to know why you're doing what you're doing. Who are you? You don't brand yourself. You are yourself. And that creates your brand, right? You don't brand yourself. You are you. That is your brand. So we start working together, not supposed to be working together. And I'm giving him some ideas. We go a little rogue. We're experimenting. We have this big stunt one morning, and it ends up on ESPN primetime headlines that night on the news. So I'm invited to visit my boss the next day. And she said, hey, Joe, you got to stop with the social media stuff. There's no rules. League office is calling from New York. They want to know what's going on in Phoenix. We don't have rules, so stop. So she's trying to put me in Twitter timeout. Well, that train had left the station, right? Then we're on the team plane a couple weeks later, and I'm sitting next to my boss. We're headed to play the Lakers in Los Angeles and take some of our marketing partners, the brands that sponsor the team, to LA to entertain them. Athletes are at the very front of the plane, and sure enough, I'm sitting next to my boss, and I get a text from Shaquille. Plane hasn't taken off yet. He said, hey, can you come up here? I have a question. And I just sink down in my chair. I'm like, absolutely not. I'm going to get fired if I go up there. He's a persistent guy. He stands up, and he said, get up here. Nothing a 7-foot-tall human does goes unnoticed at all. I'm in the way back. Everybody's watching. I climb over my boss, right? And I walk up. What's up, Shaquille? I forgot my password, but I know you know what it is, to social media. I said, Shaquille, I'm going to get fired over this. Seriously? He's like, no, you're not. And he proceeds to tell his teammates, you got to hire her. She'll help you build your brand. She created a formula to measure it. You can get endorsement deals like I am. I'm like, Shaquille, I work for the team. They can't hire me. Micro moment. He looks at me, and he said, well, maybe you shouldn't. I'll never forget that moment. I walk back to my seat with my tail between my legs, right? I'm for certain taking the Southwest Airlines flight home from LA when we get there, because my days are over at the Suns, right? I climb over my boss, my butt hits the seat, and she turns and looks at me, and she said, you know what, Amy Jo? You're a renegade. And I like the sound of that. Do you like the sound of that? I think Scentsy and renegade goes really well together, right? By the way, Scentsy.
All right. I mean, if we're going to start a war with an author... not that I'm going to. I don't love that you're gonna sell. I say sell your soul. I'm over here like, it's tough. You know what I'm saying? Where is like the core value of integrity to say, I'm going to take an offer. I'm going to accept an offer to speak at an event, and I'm not going to look up the company that I'm going to speak at, what type of business they are, what type of business model that they have. Maybe she did. Maybe she's like, you know what? MLMs, they're fine. Okay. I'm like, and again, I'm still here giving someone the benefit of the doubt. She has to know. She's in social media. She has to know. She has to know the twistiness associated with multi-level marketing companies. She does know. She's in social media. She's a social media expert. She's a branding expert. Never mind. I'm done giving people the benefit of the doubt. She has to know. Hello. She has to know. She has to know. I don't know what I'm doing. She has to know. Right? Am I wrong? She has to know, right? I feel like the two questions I have to ask people are, hey, have you, like, what do you think about therapy? And two, it's like, hey, what do you think about multi-level marketing companies and the potential that they have to be pyramid schemes? And if they haven't been classified as a pyramid scheme, what do you think about the concept that they are operating already as a product-based pyramid scheme? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Also, not a fan of her using songs every 12 seconds in her speech, but that's just me. That's just me. I'm just being a grump.
I love it. Okay, so that was the moment, the micro moment that turned into $1 million moment that changed my life, because it gave me just enough confidence to text Shaquille, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna start my own thing. I've been thinking about doing it. He writes back in a moment, and he said, great, I'll be your first client. And that, thank you. We have those moments throughout every day, right? This could be your very moment right now. Here you are, you're focused on your business, you're focused on community and growth. You're in a container to make those types of decisions. If we wait too long, sometimes the confidence window closes, right? So I took action. The company hit 7 figures in year 1. We've got Shaquille, then Dwayne Johnson, Nike, Hilton Worldwide. I write the New York Times best-selling book. Remember, this is a trailer park girl. Everything looks great, right? From the outside, I have employees in 10 different countries. As a first-time entrepreneur in her 20s, fascinating ride. I did everything wrong, made all the mistakes, but we were just flying quickly. Now, the other part of this story is that actually, I was on 210 flights in 1 year. I was averaging 4 hours of sleep a night, right? And that why not now moment, it did everything I wanted it to do, but I lost sight of what I really wanted and why I was really doing it. Right, so here I am one day, I'm at the JFK departure board, and I can't remember where I'm standing. I finally remember, where am I going? Yes, okay, got that figured out. And as I walk over to fuel up for the day, right, to get my coffee, and as a reminder, 210 flights in 1 year, 4 hours of sleep on average, my relationships are on the rocks, my health is on the rocks, my marriage is on the rocks. And as I go to sign the receipt for the coffee, I'm completely blank. I don't know my name. No clue. I just scribble something and walk away, and I realized I was an emotionally and physically bankrupt millionaire who thought she had everything she wanted, right? And I had been grasping and reaching and clinging toward the things that I thought would make me happy. The numbers, the notoriety, the recognition, the bank account. But still, there was something so empty. I didn't have time to think. I was moving so quickly. And I thought it was just kind of a why or time problem, but it was also a cognitive load problem. I was at bandwidth, so there was no clarity whatsoever. And it was one of the worst days of my life because I had realized, wow, I made a wrong turn somewhere, and I was going really fast. There has to be another way. And there is, and it's the renegade way. And it's taken me nearly 15 years to pressure test different rules and different philosophies and tangible tactical tricks that I have seen others do alongside 10 years of research, quantitative, qualitative, hundreds and hundreds of hours of interviewing some of the most brilliant minds with one question. And this has been on the Why Not Now podcast. I ask every guest, from Mark Cuban to astronauts to household names to people you've never heard of who are doing amazing things. And I say, tell me about a time when you had a big decision to make, and you had to ask yourself, why not now? Tell me what happened. How did you get from idea to action while also staying in integrity and in alignment? How can
Yeah, why don't you ask it? Why not? Oh. What about when you accept speaking engagements at multi-level marketing events? What about then?
How can I be high octane and so excited, but also content and aligned? The same principles kept coming up, the same tactics, and that's what I'm going to share with you today. Now, the last 3 years, I've been pressure testing these against this new era that we're in, and it's accelerated. Everything is moving faster with artificial intelligence. So I'll share how that can actually help us regulate, make sharper, better decisions, not just become more productive, right? So for 25 years, I've spent my career in that intersection of human behavior and technology that's advancing, and the same trends keep coming up. But what I can tell you, I've never been more excited than this moment in time, because everything's becoming democratized, right? It's all an equal opportunity moment, and that's where we can obviously really embrace and thrive. So the last couple of years, I've had about 30 million tokens that I've used via AI, integrating AI into every aspect of my life, personal, professional, you name it. It even helped me in Nebraska a couple weeks ago. I was broken down with my Tahoe and my family, and I had to figure out more about cylinder 7 and coil packs and spark plugs and who's there to help on a Sunday in rural Nebraska? My AI. And it worked, right? Now, what we're going to do today is go through these rules, but first, I have a few friends that I met last night. I got to attend some of the awards ceremony, and I'd love for you to share some of your Why Not Now ideas. So I know we have some mic runners. Let's bring them on out. And first, let's start with Jacqueline. And we'll hear your idea. We'll go through the rules after, and then we'll come back to you. But thank you for saying yes, being willing to share. And what are your ideas?
And so I'm Jacqueline Roy, and I've been in Scentsy for almost 19 years.
Amazing.
Crazy.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I was an ICU nurse before Scentsy.
Jacqueline Roy.
Loved what I did, and then I stumbled upon Scentsy, and I love working for myself. So I want to keep doing this. But a couple things. My professional goals, I guess. Now, I'm not very good at technology, and I've got 130 followers on TikTok. I want a lot more. So I'm going to employ my 15-year-old to help me with TikTok, because that's an avenue that I think that could really help my professional business. I would love to eventually be someone on TikTok that people go to look for maybe leadership advice or mom advice, crazy mom-free advice. And so professionally, that's something that I would love to strive for. It just makes me really nervous, because I don't think people really want to see my face all the time.
Because you're skinny dipping in the pool of public opinion.
Yeah,
is that why?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, this is so relatable.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
But this is very real, too.
Yeah, very real.
Okay, so you already have the brand.
Yeah.
Because 19 years, right? Yeah. You've been leading.
Yeah.
So now you want to transfer more of that influence onto TikTok.
100%.
Amazing. Great. Why not now idea. Does anybody have a similar idea? Growing your presence online, showing up, flipping the camera around. Okay, yes.
Scary.
Amazing. Scary.
I'd rather show my kids than myself. You know.
Same.
And
Oh,
then as
yeah,
far
just
as non-professional,
sacrifice your kids.
I just played my first golf round a couple weeks ago with my son.
Nice.
I was actually pretty good, guys. I shocked myself. I hit the ball and didn't whiff one time. But I had a
love
blast. My 15-year-old, we played with my dad and him and his friend, and we're like 3 holes in, and we used a lot of my shots, and my son's already like signing us up for scrambles. And I'm like, whoa, like I'm figuring this out still. And so it was really cool, but it makes me really nervous because I don't like to do things that I'm not 100% good at all the time. I'm very competitive. So it makes me nervous starting something new in my 40s, but I also know it could be really fun to have this with my son, have this
Absolutely.
bonding.
And you've built that through your business with Scentsy to be able to have that time too, right? To collect upon. I love it. Perfect ideas. Thank you very much. We will.
When are you going to be able to have that time? It's just this. Am I going to scream? I know. I'm like, and I'm not trying to be like people who are watching this who are in Scentsy, like quiet, are gonna maybe recoil at my frustration because they're like, oh, they still really like Scentsy and they're feeling my frustration. I am wanting the actual truthfulness of the time freedom to come out, not the idea of the time freedom that gets perpetuated to keep getting perpetuated. Because who actually has the time freedom? Y'all have the location freedom, but who at scale has the time freedom? Because it's not a lot of y'all, in my opinion. And you talk about time freedom to recruit people in, but who's actually getting the time freedom? Because a lot of y'all are on Zoom calls, a lot of y'all are selling a bunch, a lot of y'all are doing a bunch of end month stuff, a beginning of month stuff, middle of month stuff, doing 3-way calls, doing prepping to send stuff out. Like, I don't know.
We will come back to you. And I know we have another volunteer here. Hello.
Hi, I'm Sam Burns from Scotland. I will talk slow so you understand.
Sam from Scotland, thank you so much for sharing and
Oh my
being
God,
here
love her
all the way from
accent.
Scotland.
Yeah, long journey.
Absolutely. So
She came all the way from Scotland, and Orville absolutely blew it with this Scentsy family reunion. She came all the way from Scotland, and this is the family reunion that got put on. Excuse you? His Lord and Ladyship of the Order of the Burnt Popcorn brought this to the table for all the people who flew in all over the world? Excuse you? She's adorable. She's delightful.
your ideas, you have a business, a professional idea, as well as personal.
Business, I like to be on control, but when it comes to Scentsy, I'm not in control. I'm very much wing it. So I want to spend a day a week just launches, samples, connecting with my team so that I can lead by example. I'm not sitting on my lunch being, oh, this is releasing tonight, and just hoping for the best.
Okay, so more organized, a sense of perceived control, which,
Yeah.
by the way, scientifically, that is an ingredient of happiness, perceived control and perceived progress. So you will become more happy when you feel that way. Okay, that's great. It's probably very relatable. And personally, anything specific, or is it in that similar realm?
It's sort of the same. So personally, I want to step out my comfort zone. So right now, I don't even know how I'm standing. But
Yes, absolutely. This takes a lot of bravery.
I like being in control, and this is not being in control, so I want to work on that as well. A week ago, I wasn't even coming to America. I was like, I can't do it. I'm so far from the kids. But if I didn't come, I would be at home, not even watching, because I'd be gutted I wasn't here.
Look at that decision, yeah. A week ago, Sam wasn't even planning to come to be here, and now you're standing in front of thousands of people sharing your ideas. Like, that's huge, huge. Okay, perfect ideas, thank you.
How much does it cost to fly? I guess generically, this is going to be, how much does it cost to fly? How much does it cost to fly from Scotland to Idaho, USA? $1,500? Oh, I'm sorry. That was only one of the cities. $2,300, $2,100, $3,600. Oh, sorry. Where? Scentsy's in Meridian, right? Please hold. Scotland flight to Meridian, Idaho. Cost. Flights from Scotland to Meridian, Idaho typically range from $738 to $1,200 plus round trip depending on the season and how far in advance you book this week. I'm just gonna look right now. Because she said she decided to go this week. Let's see, cheapflights.com. Find cheap flights to, oh my God. Round trip, Meridian, Idaho to Scotland. Departure, we'll pretend we're going tomorrow. I mean, yeah, Tuesday, and we're returning the 27th. Done. Explore. Okay, $1,200. Oh, 1,800, 1,200. So, okay, I'm going to take a screenshot. We'll put this in our murder board. I mean, Pepe Sylvia board. Ah! Okay. Is anything going to dox me? No. Okay. Stornoway. Oh, okay. I'm a little bit too far over. Ah! Man. Aberdeen. This is for this week. My God. Meridian, Idaho to Scotland, July 21st to July 27th. Aberdeen, Dundee, Edinburgh, Glasgow. 1,100, 1,300, 1,700, 1,200, 1,200. Like, it ranges from like $1,100 to $1,800. Round trip. And that's from, and there's different ranges. And so maybe she got a good deal. Oh my God, my leg. Okay. Okay.
Thank you. We'll bookmark that. And we have one more volunteer. I know back here. Yes, Katie, right? Yes.
Yes. So I'm Katie Nizer. I'm from Granbury, Texas.
Woo.
And
Texas.
so today is actually my 9-year Scentiversary. Thank you. So my professional would be, within the last year or so, I have been branding myself as the hot mess scented mama, because I have a 2-year-old and I'm a hot mess. I'll admit it. So my thing is, on social media, I get real worried about what I look like, what my background looks like, if people are watching me. But I need to get out of that, because I feel like with the hot mess scented mama branding, that's part of it, is being that hot mess and sharing my scented stuff. So
I bet.
Yeah. Perfect. And it's real, and that's why it works. But so you've created a permission slip to be the hot mess. However, you're wanting to wait till you're more perfect to be showing up as a hot mess. I can't think of anything more relatable for all of us than trying to like do that magic trick in our minds.
Yes.
Perfect. And then personally.
And then for personal, it's getting out of my comfort zone. So volunteering to talk in front of everybody. I'm shaking, if you can't tell, but I'm doing it and taking this step out of my comfort zone.
That's huge. And everyone in the room, think about in this next week, doing something scared. It is such a great way to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because what happens is that bar starts to raise. It's like, oh, I did that. Well, there's always another level of getting uncomfortable. We can always level up, right? So that is, it's truly just a habit. And thank you for sharing, Katie. Okay, we have 3 incredible sets of ideas. And what we're going to do now is I'll walk you through some of this protocol, this vehicle of thinking and acting differently, right? That's all this is. These are tactics, and they've been researched, and I use them. I've been using them for more than 10 years. So there are 7 rules. I'm going to share 4 today. I'll give you the last 3 at the end, I promise. I'm going to be sharing some things on screen that you'll also have as a leave behind. I'll give you a cheat sheet at the end too, but feel free if you want to take photos of some of these prompts too. But the first renegade rule is to protect your capacity, not just your time. Okay, so what does that mean? We vote with our time for the life we live. So if you want to know someone's priorities, don't let them tell you. Go look at their calendar, because the priority is what we do, not what we say, right? So the number one excuse I hear from audiences, and I get to speak all over the world and hear so many different audience members and industries, but the same common denominator is, I don't have enough time, right? And that's partially true, but there's something else going on. There's this discernment and recognition between bandwidth and capacity. So your bandwidth is finite. 24 hours in a day, we all have them, right? Yep. Capacity is infinite. This is what we are uniquely qualified to do as humans, right? This is where your potential, your earning potential, this is where you're being stretched and you're doing things that are in your zone of genius, per se, right? Your superpower. Bandwidth, really, AI was designed to compete with our bandwidth. It's like, great, have it. We don't like to do those things anyway. These are all the tactical things that we have to do, but we only have the 24 hours in a day. The capacity, because it is infinite, we can always fly higher, we can always grow. But we have to actually manage our bandwidth, because what happens is we over-leverage that bandwidth and under-protect our capacity, and we box ourselves in, literally, kind of trapping ourselves, right? Can anybody relate with being over-bandwidth in terms of always late, always rushing, treating level 2 issues with level 10 energy, not able to think straight, feel like waking up early? I see all these hands popping up. It's like me.
Oh my God. Like, okay, tiny ribbons, like, I'm not trying to say that. I'm not trying to say that she's not good at her job. Like, maybe this is meaningful. I don't know. Am I going to skip this? Maybe. What is she saying that's like, what is she saying that's, you know what I'm going to do, guys? If you're like, DC, just shut your mouth. Here you go. You can watch this without me running my mouth. The unlisted link is right there. I put it in the chat. Here's something that this is me not being a therapist, okay? This is me being in my chronic pain corner, like being an outpatient, having my suicide attempt in 2024, being an inpatient, like, this is just what your bandwidth, your like spoon count, however you want to think about it. And also, she's talking about bandwidth, and you may be frustrated at this, you may not. Neurotypical and neurodivergence, there's differences. I'm autistic. I know some of y'all are ADHD. I know some of y'all are ADHD, autistic and ADHD. I know some of y'all are neurotypical. There's a whole host of y'all here. The best way that my therapist explained it to me is that neurotypical people, if we're all cars, neurotypical people have a certain a gas tank size, and neurodivergent people have a smaller gas tank size, if we're talking about bandwidth. And neurodivergent people go through their gas faster as you're navigating the world. And that just for sometimes doing certain things. And some days it's better than others. If that makes you mad, I don't know what to tell you. Sometimes it just helps you think about like, oh my God, I just did the same thing that like Freddie did and I'm out. Like, we just both did the same thing and he's fine and I'm like, I'm done for the day. It's like, it is mind-boggling, but it just makes you think differently about her saying your capacity or your bandwidth. It's like, okay, I don't care about all that. Personally, I'm just trying to live, all right? I just want to know how to navigate this. Save some spoons for me. Save some spoons, like some bandwidth, some gas for like important shit. That's it. People are important. Life important. Then move out from there. God. Live long and prosper, guys. Do y'all mind if I skip her a little bit? Oh, there's a plane.
We weren't designed to be so transactional and doing all these things, too many things, all day, every day, while also trying to actually think clearly and strategically and connect as humans. So what do we do if we want to expand our capacity and manage our bandwidth? We have to get lighter to fly higher. We have to start figuring out what can go, what can we do less of, right?
Nope.
So what
Don't
do I do?
get an assistant.
You get out your ruthless red pen and start circling and striking. Like, the quality of life depends on it. Your quality of life depends on this, right? What can I delete? What can I delegate? What can I divest in?
Mary Kay tells you to do the same thing. Mary Kay's been telling you to do this since the beginning of time. You better get an assistant while you're in DIQ, or you're not going to be able to make it. You need to start thinking like a director now, or you're not going to be able to make it to directorship. Nope. That gets you stuck in there. It gets you stuck in that. It gets you stuck in the top pyramid performing mentality, and then you get stuck in leadership in a bad way, in a high control group way. Nope.
We are simply trying to do too much, and it's only getting faster and faster. So it takes courage to start to say no, right? No, thank you. I have another commitment.
Denise.
And that commitment is you to your capacity, right? You don't need another excuse. We don't need to say why. It's clear and kind. No, thank you. I have another commitment. Period. But that's hard, right? There's something so liberating about getting this red pen out, though, when you start looking at what can go. We can think of it as a P&L for business. What line items, what am I doing that's not actually delivering a return? Where do I need to double down? What needs to go? And I think of it as almost like this moment, this liberating moment where I get my red pen out and I'm like ready to rock. And you just start letting things fall off the list intentionally. Because it's not just 80-20, it's 80-20 the 20. Then go 80-20 the 20, and 80-20 the 20. And all of a sudden you start to see your numbers shift and your nervous system kind of shift. So how could AI help us in this process, right? It's easier said than done. Yeah, do less. I've heard that a million times. But one thing you can do is go into the model of choice. Let's say it's ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, whatever you use, and just say, hey, what's the hidden cost of me saying yes to this decision? See what it says. Or even more so, ask it to interview you or break down the cognitive load of saying yes, not just the ROI of income, but also what's the ROI of my energy? Just start asking questions of how you can look at something differently and how it can be a thought partner, a companion, not a competitor, right? To think about time and currency differently, it's not just money, it's not just time, but it's also energy and cognitive load. That moment at the JFK airport where I was just fried and burnt out, I was acting like a robot. I was way over bandwidth. Now something...
Maybe sleep would be good? Maybe taking less speaking engagements would be good? I don't know. It's good you know, like, know your limits, that's for sure.
Came up in a survey that many of you answered, thousands of you answered, thank you, by the way, in terms of what's keeping you up at night.
What's up?
You know, what are your biggest challenges? What are your biggest opportunities? And the word consistency kept coming up, right? There's this common theme of, I don't feel like I'm being consistent enough, which is incredibly relatable. But I actually challenge you to question, is it really consistency that's the challenge? Or is it too many competing priorities? Is there something else going on? And one way, another example of how you could use artificial intelligence is to have it treat you as a coach, thought partner, pressure tester, and just start with being honest. Hey, I haven't been consistent about XYZ. It could be samples.
Oh my God, this is so overwhelming. Her whole, like, I haven't been consistent with, don't help me fix it yet, interview me first, ask me one question at a time until you're at least 95% confident you've blah, 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 what? It's like, no, like, I need to work on, like, one thing first. Like, dear God. I'm glad it got you out of that cult. I love that. I hope this maybe gets people out of the Scentsy cult. Like, that would be great. This, however, is dangerous in my opinion, and here's why. And I feel like this type of twisty stuff is, I think, oh my God, this is the type of thing that Mary Kay people doubled down on when you got into the DIQ path, which is the pre-step as you were getting ready to qualify for director. They were like, okay, get this in place, get this in place, get this in place, hire this person, automate this, do this, whatever, set this up. And it was all this type of stuff. So this is either like going to help you realize you're in a high control group, or it is going to lock you down in your high control group. Oh my God. Whoops. I like totally just... Sorry about that. I don't know. That's just my opinion, but what do I know? I was just in 2 cults.
Samples getting out, or stickers, or something in preparation. Don't help me fix it yet. You can say, interview me first.
And sometimes the reason you're not following through is, I don't know, your mental health, or like you're in a high control group, or you're exhausted, or, you know, you have an undiagnosed mental health issue, or you have chronic pain, or your chronic pain is impacting your sleep, or your sleep is impacting your mental health issue, and that is impacting your, like, there's all these different things. And oh yeah, by the way, the best person that could help you with that would be a therapist, or a psychiatrist, or a doctor, or the people you've tried to go to, all 3 of those weren't the right people. So, like, it's a whole cluster. Like, where do you start? A self-help book? Probably not. I don't know. I'm not trying to overwhelm you. I'm just saying, like, this can turn twisty so fast.
First. And then ask me one question at a time until you're at least 95% confident you've identified the real reason I'm not following through. Because there's probably something else going on, right? Let it get down and answer. And then say, oh, okay, then I want you to summarize the root causes, explain what evidence led you there, challenge any stories I have that I'm telling myself, and recommend the smallest next step through an experiment that I can run in 7 days. And just start talking to it like this as almost a business coach. And it's amazing what we start to realize about ourselves, because self-awareness leads to self-actualization. And that's a Bruce Lee quote, not mine, but it's true, right? So we want to really understand. And as I'm sifting through all this data, and of course AI is helping me, like Claude Code.
Oh my God, I cannot.
It is helping me understand the psyche of the audience and what's everybody struggling with. It occurred to me that I'm wondering if some of you think that your perceived lack of consistency is making you feel like you're almost lazy. You're not lazy. You probably are over bandwidth, right? You're not lazy. And there's this sense of
You're a part of a multi-level marketing company, and 99% of people in multi-level marketing companies lose money, don't make any money, or go into debt. And it's not because you're lazy. It's not because you don't work your business. It's not because any of the reasons that your upline is telling you. It's because the business model is broken. It's because anytime you buy a product, your upline gets paid a commission. It's because when you buy a product, it adds to your volume, and it becomes really easy for you to buy your way to a rank. And it becomes really easy for you to buy your way to your upline's way to maintaining or ranking up. That's the issue. Not having commission be only based on customer sales is why the business model is broken. When I say it's a broken business model, that's literally why. If a car salesman isn't allowed to do it, then a multi-level marketing rep shouldn't be allowed to do it. Commission-wise, car salesmen don't buy cars to meet their sales quotas at the end of the month. You shouldn't buy your product to meet your sales quotas at the end of the month.
Of human nature where we tend to kind of beat ourselves up over something over and over. No other species on this planet does that. They do it once, they learn, they change. We do that. You cannot move forward if you're still punishing yourself, right? You can't heal if you're still there. So let that go. And maybe there's another answer to why there's a lack of consistency. And so just get curious, right? We vote with our time for the life we live. And we can change our vote at any moment. And
yeah, you can also vote with your dollars. You can mute multi-level marketing. You can mute multi-level marketing right now. You could mute Scentsy. And I'm not saying that Scentsy warmers are a bad product. I'm saying that you could communicate to Scentsy that you want them to be a retail only company and tell them that even still you want it to be an affiliate / retail only company with your dollars, or with your, like, write them a letter or email them information.
Any moment at all. Okay, so renegade rule number 2, before I get to it, I'm going to do the magical trick of when I say Scentsy, Scentsy, Scentsy. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Okay, so renegade rule number 2. Your personal brand gives you scale. I would not be standing on this stage if it weren't for personal branding and the ability to amplify online. There's no question whatsoever, right? We have to humanize to monetize. Humans connect with humans, not logos, not robots. Human connection is not going away. It is at a moment in time where it's becoming more and more of a premium, right? A luxury. And so that's what you have. You have community, you have human connection. You're in the business of connecting, right? So when we start to share what we believe online and share why we do what we do, we're able to be present in places and spaces even when we aren't physically there. So that's a way to, like, scale yourself, right? Which sounds fictitious, and yes, it's much harder than that. It's not that simple, but you're able to persuade in places and spaces when you're not even present at the table or in the conversation or in a meeting. You might be sleeping, but a video is doing the work for you of why you do what you do on TikTok and potentially converting. That's the closest to mailbox money I've ever heard of, right? So we have to humanize to monetize. But what I see happening is so many people are going to AI to write copy, right? Write some text, a caption for this post. Or we're repurposing the same content. And then what happens is we get frustrated because the algorithm's like, hey, too much of that. Everybody's like, yep, seen it, already know it. I can tell that was written by a bot. Scroll down the rabbit hole, right? We have a really good radar. And then you stop getting engagement, which means if people aren't engaging, the algorithm then is no longer serving your content to as many people in your following, which makes us even more frustrated. Why am I doing this? I'm not being consistent enough. It's not showing results. It's not a priority because it's not converting. And then it just becomes this kind of vicious cycle of, why would I do this to begin with? And a lot of people go dark, right? Does this sound familiar? Where you're like, I'm going to post, I don't know why, nobody's responding, it feels like I'm in a empty room, but I'm going to post and ghost, right? And pray and hope that, well,
they're saying Scentsy and then they're saying something. I just can't tell what they're saying. This Scentsy and then they're saying, I don't know what the second word is.
The biggest differentiating factor you have is you and your personality. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. So the goal is not to connect with people who want what you have. The goal is to connect with people who believe what you believe. Because when you connect in that way, you will convert over and over and compound over time versus that one-off transaction. So when people ask you, what do you do?
36
I'm curious
months.
of how you answer that question.
Oh my God. 3 years? Okay, we gotta take a kazoo break. All right, member chat. Sorry, we're gonna take a happy break. If y'all have member milestones, throw them in the chat now. But like, a little squirrel, a gold squirrel. I think this is our gold squirrel icon. Hold on, please hold. Holy moly. I think this is I gotta see which one it is. Hold on. PNG. I'm opening it up to see. Artboard. I think it's our squirrel. I'm like, I can't even see it. Because I know kazoo is 12. Then acorns, 24. Then our little squirrels, 36, right? I'm going over to check. I'm like blind. 36 months. Yep, it's our little squirrel with the biggest little tail. Cute. All right, kazoo's coming on up. We'll do a minute of kazoos. Okay, here we go. Oops. Whoops. Actually, while we do that, I'm going to make another coffee. All right, ready, set, go. Sound effects, sound levels. Ah! Okay, dance break over. Thank you so much. Let me see what I missed. Okay. Thank you so much for 36 months. Holy moly. I'm very grateful. And yes, there's our little squirrel. This is the... Wait, not that one. This is the little emote you get at 36 months. Next to your name. And then this is the one you get... I'm trying to find... You get a different one. Membership ranks? We've been changing some things. Also, because of the exchange rates, we've lowered squirrels to 99 cents, and we've lowered and adjusted some membership stuff. So squirrels are down to 99 cents. So hopefully that helps everybody. But thank y'all who've been here for a while, and our newbies and our oldies. So 24 months. Let's go. Heck yeah. The best video clip's about to come up. 24 month. Let's go.
How long do we have to wait for a squirrel?
It turns out, the god, he's a squirrel.
Squirrel walks up to a tree and says, I forgot to store acorns for winter, and now I am dead. Ha!
But I won't be a squirrel tomorrow.
Daddy, I want a squirrel.
I mean, I'm not a squirrel.
You won't get me a squirrel, I'll get one myself.
What are you then? An oversized squirrel?
Squirrel. What we're going for here is a vicious, man-eating rabid squirrel.
You owe me a new acorn.
This acorn is for emergency use only.
That acorn was given to me by my great-grandmother Ladybug.
See this acorn?
Quick, to the acorn!
Hi-pee-pee, I'm Monkey, can't you see? You are the acorn of my eye.
Only one kid shoved an acorn up his nose.
You gotta get that acorn!
Acorn is missing.
Big acorn.
An acorn doesn't become an oak overnight.
And the saber teeth, and we gave him an acorn. Sometimes the acorn just stays an acorn.
Did you eat the acorn?
Oh, it's the acorn thing all over again. It was just an acorn, a little acorn.
Many of these trees were my friends. Creatures I had known from nut and acorn.
We're on the wrong thing. Thank you. Holy moly. Back to the fuckery, but y'all are the best. Thank you so much. Alright, got my second dose of caffeine. Bad decisions are being made. Nobody I'd rather make them with than y'all.
This could be online, this could be in person. Because if we're not answering that from a place of who we are and why we do what we do, we're leaving money on the table. Because that's an instant way to go deep faster with a connection, whether it's someone we've never met or someone that we might know surface level. And that's where this comes into play, this concept of on TikTok, if we show up and we're just showing product and we're not sharing who we are and why we do what we do behind it as a unique differentiating factor, we're leaving money on the table big time. So I was thinking about this, like when people say, what do? You package nostalgia, kind of, right? You transform environments to create more connection. Kind of think through, how could you answer that differently so the next response from whoever you're talking to isn't just like, okay, got it. It's another question. Because how people feel about us is our brand. We don't get to decide our brand. This is like the big, kind of myth. As someone who studied classic marketing and branding at ASU, #1 party school in America when I went, but I did learn a couple of things. How people feel about you is your brand. So think about when you get a phone call on your phone, that photo that shows up, how you feel about that person in that moment, that's their brand, right? Ooh. How you feel. The customers decide. And if you want an idea of how you're showing up online, if you want to do a personal brand audit, Google yourself. Give yourself a Google, God. And if you're very brave, Google image. And if you really want to take it to the next level, go into AI chat and put your name in and see what comes up.
Oh, God.
That is representing what people see of you, right? Here's the good news. Hope it's your fault, so then you can change it. If you start showing up on TikTok organically, or Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, you will start indexing higher and higher in that ranking. And that's amazing. That doesn't cost money. So organic indexing and being able to rank is very tangible, right? So I'd really like us to kind of think through the way we think about branding, right? So Jacqueline already has a brand, 19 years with Scentsy. Leadership values, has taught and trained a lot of people. It's transferring that in.
What? Are you kidding me? What? She did not just say that.
Put your name in and see what comes up. That is representing what people see of you, right? Here's the good news. Hope it's your fault, so then you can change it. If you start showing up on TikTok organically, or Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, you will start indexing higher and higher in that ranking. And that's amazing. That doesn't cost money. So organic indexing and being able to rank is very tangible, right? So I'd really like us to kind of think through the way we think about branding, right? So Jacqueline already has a brand, 19 years with Scentsy. Leadership values, has taught and trained a lot of people. It's transferring that influence online. She's not creating anything new. She is herself, and it's done very well for her. So now we're just changing it and taking it to a new medium. The biggest fear.
Okay, but like, what? Look at the people who she's trained. Have they been successful? Talk to the people that have left her organization and see the trail of like failed Scentsy businesses. Okay?
Biggest fear is turning that camera around.
You're assuming that she's trained people and it's ended well. You're assuming a lot.
Usually, which you don't have to do video to be successful with social media. There are other ways to do it, but that's a really great way to connect. But this is all an inside job. This is life work, because in order to do that, we have to let go of what we think everybody else wants us to be, to do, to say, because then we arrive. And then we're really connecting and attracting from an authentic place. When we are unapologetically true to ourselves, the algorithm will love you, I promise, and you will convert. So think of social as not just media, but it's communication, more like a dialogue than a monologue, more like the telephone than a TV. And I'm going to share a couple of quick prompts, and I'm giving you a leave behind, so you'll get access to these, of things that are thought starters that you could ask AI to help you with in order to get the ball rolling differently.
No. Help me turn Scentsy product into a personal story, memory, ritual, or connection point instead of a sales pitch. Oh my god. Not a bad question, but like, here's the problem. Can you imagine someone, here's the problem is my computer just booted my stream. Blink Blanc if you can still hear me. I hope I'm still live. That's okay if I'm not. Great. Imagine somebody goes to the Death Star and says, hey, you know what? Y'all just need better branding, but like, I'm here to save the day. You have such good technology, but you're not really like making a good connection with the Rebel Alliance. Like, let me be the go-between. Let me help you, like, oh, here we go. Let me help you, like, your brand story. Or whatever. And the branding person is really passionate about, like, whatever. And they don't take a step back and go, huh, a planet killer. Right? They don't take a second and go, I wonder why nobody likes the Death Star? I wonder why everyone has a problem with this huge piece of technology, let me just take a step back for a second. Oh yeah, this blows up entire planets. Do just like, but yeah, the PR's really bad. No shit.
Right? We're not doing transactional vending machine, write copy for me, write a caption. We're asking it to help us in a way that will truly convert, right? Help us turn products into an emotional connection type of moment or story instead of a sales pitch. Or help us create ways that we can start and launch into a conversation, either in person or line, from a place that stems from a memory or an experience versus a product. You'll get to the product, right? We're very literal humans. We'll always get there. Another idea is to have AI interview you for ways that you can meet new customers. This came up in the survey data as well. You want to do events. You're excited to do events. You want to meet new customers. And have it work it works for you, right? We're training every single time there's a conversation or banter. You're training it.
Let me give Orville 1/2 of 1 kudo of 1 point of 1 piece of burnt popcorn. This is the most helpful training I've ever seen at any multi-level marketing conference I've ever snuck into. This is the most value add we've ever gotten. This is not like bullshit. She's actually like being helpful. Even though she's helping a multi-level marketing wax giant keep a bunch of people plugged in and churning like us in a scammy cycle.
On you. And you can ask for 10 more ideas and 10 more. Okay, so renegade rule number 3, and as a reminder, I will give you leave behinds on this. So
don't give yourself an out. Heck no. Don't listen to this. Here's you know, in your Bill of Rights, your little Bill of Rights you have. You don't know your Bill of Rights? My Bill of Rights, something I forget when I'm stressed out, I write it down. For example, I get to control who touches me, or as I'm forgetting right now, I get to leave at any time for any reason. I have autonomy over my body. I'll just things like that. Whatever your Bill of Rights is, it's your thing like that are important to you, that you get to have, that go with your core values. For example, let's say honesty is important to you. Some of that honesty may carry over into your Bill of Rights, right? You always can have you always can have an out. You always can have an out, especially in multi-level marketing. You can pivot when presented with new information. You always can pivot when presented with new information. Hi! Hi, bub! What do? Hi! Champy's over there.
So you do have access, but this is my favorite rule: don't give yourself an out. What does that mean? So we put a mechanism into place that holds us accountable. Julius Caesar said, if you want to take the island, you burn your boat. Don't give yourself an out, right? This could be literally...
Excuse you? If you want to take the island, you burn your boat? While this famous phrase is widely attributed to Julius Caesar when he landed in Britain, it is actually a modern motivational adaptation. Historically, it is more accurately linked to the Spanish conquistador Hernán Cortés, who famously destroyed his fleet during the 1519 conquest of Mexico to eliminate any possibility of retreat. Which was like a devastating. I don't like, why would you use that as an example? Like, why are we using that example? Like, why are we using that example? Also, number one, do we know what happened? But also, like, what? Like, am I off base? Like, whatever. I mean, I say whatever. I don't know. This is just a shit show. Like a literal shit show. The thing is, when you prevent yourself from being able to make a different decision when presented with new information, you're limiting your ability to grow your intelligence, grow your empathy, because you don't have as many options anymore. She has good tools, and now we're like in, I don't know. We're in acid. I mean, it's generally like, I've heard so many, I think a lot of people have heard the burn the boats deal. They never look into it. I don't think. Maybe they do. Maybe they do.
Literally telling someone who will hold you accountable. It could be to send a text, schedule a meeting, having a critical conversation, set a launch date before you're ready, and then you will reverse engineer and work backwards to get there on time. So we are pushing ourselves across the starting line. And what's happening physiologically is when we feel a little bit of progress, back to that perceived progress, we get a dopamine release. It's just perceived. You might not have even done the thing yet, but if it's scheduled, you're already getting a little dopamine hit, which means that's our motivation. That's going to be momentum. We have to learn how to trick ourselves in terms of the way that we think, right? To work for us. So you put this mechanism into place, and we're already seeing a win, a small win that turns bigger and bigger. So most people don't need a better plan. They need a stronger commitment to the first step. Because the second and third and fourth step, they're likely going to change for what you thought they were going to be anyway, but we have to get going. Mood follows action. And with action comes clarity. We don't find...
Okay, but we're talking about story, we're talking about motivation, we're talking about like feelings. I'm a feelings person. I'm a story person. I'm all this other stuff as well. I don't want the feelings and the story and all of this good stuff to fill in the potholes of a really bad bridge and structure of a multi-level marketing compensation plan that's inherently broken and fucks over 99% of people. And companies know this and continue to let this model be created because they win when people are plugged into it and buying monthly. And that's what they want. And if people stay longer, great. As long as they're bringing somebody in, they win. They'd rather have a rep plugged in because they know that they know what the rep has to order monthly, and they'd rather have a rep than a customer. We say glorified customer. Companies would rather have a rep ordering monthly because they know what the rep has to order monthly to access their commission check or to just be an active rep. Sorry, I don't want to be red anymore. I want to be blue.
Find clarity, we create clarity, right? So how many times have you sat there and you've thought your way out of a mood? Usually we have to move literally our way out of a mood, right? So we want to think about how we can actually reprogram the way that we're working. And when you look at that consistency snag, right, like that common theme, do any of you ever like start to organize or clean when you get stressed? I do. I can tell right away. I'm like, what's going on? Something's going on here, right? It's perceived control and perceived progress. Just let me feel progress in any direction, right? If you can get that for yourself, you're on your way. So what could you do to burn your boat today? Some of you already are by standing up in front of your community and...
You're really giving us a little boat burning in a lake? Really? You're telling me you're some kind of social media guru, branding like maven? Branding, marketing maven? Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me? Yes. Some people, it's a burial ritual. And I'm not saying that this is inherently bad. I'm saying that in the context of the story that she told earlier is her burning the boat so that you remove your ability to leave. It's a direct, and she said it was a direct reference to Julius Caesar. And in general, it's most like widely accepted that instead of attributing it to Julius Caesar, it is attributed to Cortez and like him burning the boats and like the genocide associated with that. That's like the frustration I have with this situation. The Heidi story with the rats, her story with the boats, Orville gaslighting about Amazon, like every single one. Like, it is just like, what is happening right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm trying to say is the just lackluster, poorly researched. And I will say, she's probably the most prepared of anybody at this conference. However, I'm still surprised to hear some of the things that she's saying. That's all.
Literally sharing your ideas. That's accountability. And there are times when you're stuck. You can head to AI and say, hey, what's the smallest possible first step I can take in the next 10 minutes? Don't do this on a Sunday while you're watching TV, on the couch. Do it when you're ready to go take action. Or break this goal into one irreversible step I can take. If I delay this, what will it cost me in 6 months? If I say no, what will it cost me if I say yes? What's the cost-benefit analysis there? And this is one of my favorites, is having AI challenge you in the way you're thinking, right? So there's a term called sycophancy, and this is when we don't intend to, but we start teaching AI to agree with us, and they become yes bots. And none of us need another yes bot, right? We need someone who's going to tell us the truth. So we have to remind them and say, hey, I don't want any like yes bot behavior from you. I want you to challenge this, poke holes. What am I not thinking of? What else should I be asking myself? Are we asking the right questions? Here's another favorite. What's real versus the story I'm telling myself? Maybe you got an email from a customer or a text from someone, and you are emotional and you think you have it all figured out and you've got a story in your head. Maybe go give it to an objective third party. And it's amazing how we might react and respond differently that can save us a ton of time. Now, the last renegade rule today is leverage adversity. So adversity shows up in our lives in the form usually of our finances, our health, our career, and our relationships. So if you don't have a why not now idea, go dig around there and reverse engineer. And adversity is really an asset in disguise, right? So there is no lack of adversity at the moment. We have macro trends in economics. We have, in a lot of cases, multiple generations working together. We've got mental health as a big concern. We have people who are burnt out. I've never seen the level of exhaustion in a lot of people's
mental health as a big, big concern. No. Okay, continue.
Than I see now. And it's burnout and boredom a little bit. We have plenty of things that we could feel is a challenge and lots of adversity. We can be obsessed with the opportunity or we can be obsessed with the challenge. I call this a trampoline moment. You're either trapped or it's a trampoline. And I've seen it so many times in my career, and it's always around huge moments of tech advances. Those who adopt it, all of a sudden, they're up and to the right. And it's getting curious, right? So I want to share a moment. This is the most adverse moment, I think, of my life to date. It's April 13th, 2019, and I'm in my happy seat. I am 30,000 feet in the air. I'm usually at airports or on airplanes when big things happen to me. But I am getting things done, checking boxes, and I've got no distractions. Except I do think I feel a contraction. Data point, I am 6 months pregnant, by the way. So I'm on this airplane, and I Google Braxton Hicks, like false labor. What are the signs? Because I'd never had a baby before, and I figured this is just false labor. Yep, data point, check, self-diagnose, that's what I've got. Okay, good to know. The flight lands in Denver, and I'm headed to Coachella, as you do when you're 6 months pregnant, by the way. So on my layover, I stand up, and I have a hard time walking. So I call my doctor, I'm like, hey, something weird's going on here. And she's like, Amy Jo, get to a hospital right now. You cannot have a baby in an airport at 27 weeks. Like, get there now. And I'm like, wobbled my way to the long walkways at DIA. I know a lot of you have probably been to, and I'm just moving on this walkway, and I'm got Auntie Anne's over here, and then over here, it's a customer service desk for United. I'm like, great, I could use some customer service. It's very handy. So I go to the desk, and I said, has anyone here ever had a baby? Because I haven't, but my doctor thinks I'm having one right now. And I think that's a little dramatic and drastic. And they're like, what? And all the men just back up. They're like, we don't need a baby at the counter today. This lady, get her out of here. This nice woman, Kathy, walks around. She sits me down. She's like, ma'am, can you tell me a little more? How about we get you to the hospital? I promise I'll book you on the next flight, to Palm Springs, and you can get to Coachella, I promise. I'm like, okay, fine. At this point, it was pretty intense. Fast forward. I get to the hospital, and they do their diagnostics, and this woman, Nurse Laura, pops up, and she's right there at me. She's like, Miss Martin. I said, yes. She said, you will have your baby within the hour. And I was like, what? And she gets closer, and she leans in, and she's like, Miss Martin. I said, yes. She said, you have to trust us. This is what we do, and we are very good. And I get goosebumps thinking about that, because at that moment, confidence surrogate. Nurse Laura became this woman of hope for me. Excuse me. So I have to thank the ICU nurse and Jacqueline, because what she did is she allowed me to focus on what I needed to do, which was stay calm. Sure enough, within the hour, I have a 2-pound micro preemie on my hands. I could fit my ring around his ankle, and we're in the NICU for 3 months. He just turned 7, he's good, and everything is wonderful. Oh, thank you. He's about 5 months old here, and he was on oxygen for the first year of his life. Here we are more recently. Why am I telling you this? Yes, this is Lincoln. So why am I telling you this? A couple of reasons. Number one, overnight, When you're in the NICU for 3 months, like, you get crystal clear first and foremost of what's important. My business output, the amount of time I spent working, decreased by 80% overnight, at least. That year, my company doubled. We got very clear on what was working and what wasn't, so there was no bandwidth for the things that didn't matter, right? 80-20 the 20, then 80-20 the 20, 80-20 the 20. How do we know when we've cut enough? Until we've cut so much that we have to go add back. That's when we know, right? Secondly, humans connect with humans, not logos, right? Kathy at United, Nurse Laura at UC Health. That was the real connection that likely saved my life and my baby's life. But it's the humans behind the brand, right? You're the heartbeat of this brand. And that's where the real connection and conversion always happens. And then lastly, there was this moment where I was asking myself in the NICU, like, why did this happen? How did this happen?
If it's the humans behind the brand, then how come Orville doesn't treat the reps better? If it's the humans that are important, then how come Orville didn't celebrate any of the reps in a more meaningful way the entire Scentsy family reunion? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, on the awards night. How come none of that happened? If she's saying the humans are more important than the logo, then what the heck is happening at Scentsy? Truly. Because somebody needs to hope Orville's taking some notes. I hope Heidi's taking some notes. Somebody at Scentsy needs to be taking some notes, because I mean, I'm a little, some of the stuff she's saying is really good, right? And some of it's like, what the heck's going on? I think some of the non-MLM companies that also need to hear this in regards to the economy. Sure. Yeah. I think she has some good things to say. I'm really frustrated that she's taking jobs to speak at multi-level marketing companies, and then multi-level marketing companies are tying some of the things that she's using to, again, bolster their whatever brand. And then her, like, thesis of her speeches do not align with the company that she's speaking for. Like, we're sitting here after 4 days at Scentsy going like, did Orville forget that, like, he's the guy at the top of Scentsy? That she's saying that it's the reps, not the brand? Because Orville thinks that it's Scentsy, not the reps. Except when he gaslights them and says, oh, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Y'all are safe. Y'all are totally safe. We're not gonna boot you out when we go up on Amazon.
And when I realized I was asking the wrong question, and I started to ask, what is this here to teach me? That's when my experience completely changed. To this day, my experience has changed because of that. When we can reframe and figure out what's the real question we need to be asking, that's when the gold surfaces. And what I realized is, I thought I was playing full out in life before I had Lincoln. I thought, yeah, I'm doing these things, and I think I try to play big. I had no clue. I wasn't even at half capacity, right? Most of us have no idea how capable we are, how resilient, how far we can stretch. There is no...
Oh my God, there it is. We don't know what we're at half capacity, whatever.
Ceiling. I've talked a lot about action today, but sometimes we don't have that motivation. Sometimes we just don't have the ability to act. We're in a dark season, maybe we're too stressed, we're burnt out. And so what do we have? Hope can spark action and a strategy. So this is a bit of a reframe. So when we feel hope, what happens is our prefrontal cortex is activated. And all of a sudden, this is where our planning, our executive function, decision-making happens. All of a sudden, we shift from, I can't do that, to, wait, there might be a possible pathway forward that I can see that would be worth it. And that's all we need to maybe take that next step, because that possible path forward, perceived progress, releases dopamine, even a tiny bit. So how do we source hope? How do we access it? We borrow and we lend. Shaquille on that plane, big source of hope that I didn't realize until probably a year ago, how much that hope extended to me. Nurse Laura, you think of Kathy at United, you think of everyone sitting next to you. You can potentially change each other's lives by sourcing hope, by lending and borrowing, right? So we have to understand sometimes we're not in that mood to get up.
She is not going to make Orville suddenly be a better leader or be the person that was suddenly going to become the guy who actually told the reps, good job, thank you for keeping my business open, you know, for the past 22 years. He's not that guy. He's not the guy. He's only the guy that said, oh yeah, the reps in 2012, they're way better than you are in 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. He couldn't even be bothered to tell the reps, y'all did so amazing this year. Thank you so much for how generous you've been with your time, with your money, with your generosity towards your team, with whatever. He couldn't even be bothered. So, just, I know, I'm like, I don't hate. I'm so torn when I look at multi-level marketing videos because I feel like utterly broken from my experience in them. And I also feel a deep rage watching CEOs and founders and speakers and all this other stuff take advantage of reps. And it's like, sure, anti-MLM, happy to see businesses like doing bad things get exposed. And also, I wish the CEO and everybody would like treat the reps better. Like, I truly wish like Scentsy would go retail. I don't think the warmers are shit. I don't see why they couldn't do better like going retail and then letting the reps have an affiliate link. I don't see why that would be that difficult.
To get up and go. But who could we talk to? And it's amazing how that actually starts to work. And remember, you're surrounded by people who've done really hard things. And this community, I can tell from the room, I can tell from the energy, you care. You definitely care about each other. There's nothing that you can't do together. So I know I just threw a lot at you. I'm giving you this code because you will have access to all of the Renegade rules. There are 7 examples for each of them and prompts and a lot of.
Okay, well, we're gonna take a screenshot of that.
Other resources. But I want to go back out to the audience and touch base with our Why Not Now experts at this point and see what resonated, see if we're ready to take action. So let's start with Jacqueline.
Oops, I'm not sure about expert, but I think for me, I just have to just do it. Quit worrying about my face on camera, not being perfect. Like, I know I'm never going to be perfect, but I just need to just do it. And then as far as with my son, I know I would regret all the rounds I didn't play. Why am I getting emotional? But I know I would regret all the rounds I didn't play, love you, or spend time with him if I didn't do it because I'm too competitive to just go play scrambles with him. So I'm just gonna do it. And I'm gonna hire my 15-year-old. We're gonna work on a contract when I get back.
I love it.
And he's gonna help me with my TikTok. So.
A real contract. I love it. And what's amazing is you're leading and guiding people all the time. Think about what you would say to them, right?
Yeah, just do it.
Just do it, yeah. So we look forward to that first video maybe next week.
Or before.
Okay, how about not maybe, before? This is a commitment, yes, okay. And encourage each other online. If you see someone being brave on social, like, comment. This is all reciprocal, and all boats rise with the tides, especially when it's in the world of algorithms. Okay, we have.
Except it doesn't make sense if it's all Scentsy people commenting on Scentsy videos, because then the computer thinks that your Scentsy video should be shown in front of Scentsy reps. Okay. All right.
We have Sam next from Scotland.
I think the adversity for my personal, this morning I felt really sick, didn't want to do it, didn't think I could do it, but now the adrenaline's clicked in and I feel like I could go and run a marathon, hence the fast talking. But I think we're all really guilty of looking at other people and thinking, and I've heard this so many times this week, how are they doing that? I want to be like that. You maybe don't stop and think, who's looking at you like that? So I have kids back at home. I'm going to go home and say, look, Mum went to America. She stood up in front of all these people. You can achieve anything.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll still look at other people and think, oh, I wish I had their confidence. I wish I could do that, because it's not going to go away overnight. But at least I can say, well, I've done that. I could achieve this as well if I want to.
I love it. And you have video that you can show them, literally.
Yeah.
It's incredible, and you're doing it anyway, even if you're scared. And that gets easier and easier. So
hopefully,
it will. You have to keep doing it. That's the key. Thank you. I want a round of applause again for Sam. And Katie. Okay, Katie.
Mine's kind of the same as Sam, of not giving myself an out. So making the excuses of why I can't go live or go on social media, or I'm always the person, when it comes to volunteering or talking, I hunch in my seat, I put myself in the background, I don't want to be seen. And so not giving myself that excuse anymore to not do stuff like that, so that I can grow and expand and do more things.
And you absolutely will, too. Thank you. I think the permission slip that you've already given yourself is an excuse to show up and be true to that brand, right? To try to paint a picture-perfect image online right now, it's going to fall in the sea of sameness. It doesn't work. Nobody wants to see that. That's not real. There's no connection. So I think you'll be surprised. The more you show up kind of unrehearsed, with truly speaking from the heart and from your point of view and your expertise, the more traction you will actually get. So I would love to hear more of your Why Not Now ideas. This is my Instagram and LinkedIn, but please, you can DM me. Tag me if you post something and you're actually sharing one of those brave videos. I want to see it. I guarantee I'll go in and like it, and we'll comment. And it's true that, you know, this is a community and a container that can provide confidence and a sense of good, healthy competition and connection. So really try to follow each other and encourage each other, because that is a huge currency in and of itself. So I'm leaving you with one last thought. You know, I had a situation a year ago, this board, like thinking, oh my gosh, I'm 46, I have a lot of filling out to do.
Oh no, I can't do that. This makes me sad.
How do I do this? I research online, thinking I want to do it perfect, get the right markers, and the board sits, and it sits, and it sits. And then finally one day I'm like, I just got to do this board. So I start, and I realize each week, each Sunday, as I fill out a little square, I'm reflecting. How did that week go? What do I want to do differently? I'm more intentional. I'm more self-aware. It's not perfect. Not every week is great, but it's a touch point. My son starts to see me doing it. He's like, can I get a board? I'm like, sure. So we end up getting a board for Lincoln, too. On the y-axis, I have the amount of years he's going to be in the house, right? It's not that many rows. It's like, whoa, okay. This board still it's a love-hate, right? Then I start using it more. I put it in this walkway where I will see it every day as I pass into my room. And sure enough, it becomes just a part. So I start gifting it to renegades, to people in my life, and I get the same awkward, why are you giving this to me? It's kind of morbid, right? It's kind of weird. And why is that? Does anybody feel kind of scared when they see this board? Is it kind of daunting? It's like, oh, I was so afraid to look at my life in the eyes, right? And this, a couple weeks ago, on my birthday, July 5th, I was running, and I see this tree, and I see all these rings, right? This tree is old, and it gave me perspective of just the growth and the growth. And I sent it to my partner, and I said, hey, the same person who gave me the Memento Mori board, by the way. I was like, wow, what if we reframe this and think about, this is life. Remember, you are living, right? Remember, this is urgent, but it's also expansive and wisdom that's compounding over time. So I started thinking about, okay, well, maybe we reframe this entire situation and grow and create our own boards, right? And this is a reminder that that growth is compounding over time. We can do this together, but we vote with our time for the life that we live, right? We can reframe and revote at any moment. And if not...
Yeah, and you can leave MLM at any time. That's the thing. That's the thing that I feel like you're missing when you quote unquote remove your chance to leave by like burning your boat, as she said, because you can't vote with your time anymore because you've removed your ability to like put your time somewhere else.
If not you, then who? And if not now, then when? I encourage you to ask yourself why not now for the rest of the day, connect, and thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate you.
Feel the rain on your skin.
Okay. Okay. Oops.
I love how she framed us to help us think differently, to act differently. And why not now? That was amazing. Thank you so much for joining us, Amy Jo. That was fantastic. All right, it is our final session, and I need to ask you one quick question. How many of you have already packed your bag? Raise your hands. Is it full? Packed to the brim? Like no more space? I would hate to have you repack it. I really don't want you to do extra work. But if you do have extra space, maybe we'll help fill that empty slot that you've been saving with something else. Today, you are all receiving a gift from us from our holiday collection. The Christmas Keeper Warmer, Scentsy team, bring them out.
It's not a gift. They paid for it by paying $350 whatever to go to. I mean, I guess I did get a lot of warmers. Okay, we're fast forwarding. They got a lot of free, quote unquote, oh god. It's Sir Whiffs a lot.
Man, nothing like a little Derek and the Dominoes to get the energy going. So, I've learned something interesting since taking over Whiffbox. When I read consultant comments, the excitement is incredible. People tell us they wait for each month's theme, and they love the surprises, they share their unboxing, some even collect every box. But when I compare that excitement to the overall business, I see an opportunity. The Whiffbox is our most resilient product offering. I don't think it has a product problem necessarily, I think it has an awareness problem. More people need...
It's an awful name, and you put awful products in it.
To understand what it really is, because once they experience it, they always come back. For years, Whiffbox was almost a hidden gem. It built a loyal following, and we let the mystery speak for itself. But customers today are looking for more than products. They want stories, they want experiences, they want something to look forward to. And that's why you're going to see us invest more into Whiffbox. Better storytelling.
For the warmers, it's kind of like Christmas decor. Like you pull stuff out at Christmas, then you pull stuff out at Halloween, then you pull stuff out at like holiday stuff. Dude.
Better storytelling, stronger themes, and more exclusive experiences. To me, Whiffbox isn't just another monthly promotion. It's one of the easiest ways for someone to experience everything that makes Scentsy special. So, I want to do a little, I want to see something in here. Raise your hand if you've purchased a Whiffbox ever. Okay, wait. Now, raise your hand if you've never purchased a Whiffbox. Y'all better get on it.
No one's going to raise their hand
Okay,
now,
raise your hand
dude.
again if you purchased one. Now, keep it up if you purchased 3, and put your hand down if you've purchased less than 3. Man, look at that. Almost nobody. How about 5? Only a few more drop down. How many of you have purchased every single Whiffbox in the last year? Look, literally, we only dropped a few hands. So that's exactly what gets me excited. That shows how resilient Whiffbox is. Once people experience it, they always come back. And that is what every great subscription hopes to become. Not something people...
I don't remember who it was that we watched, but they had their room like overstuffed with every single like Christmas. It was like a Christmas wonderland. It was wild. But yeah, they stuff it full, and they don't like warm stuff. Sorry, I'm like hurting. They don't warm stuff in every single thing. It's just like they have one of those like IKEA 6x6 cubbies, and they just put all of the like Christmas warmers, and they just want to like show it off. not smell stuff, I guess, and they go live and things.
Something people buy once, but something they genuinely look forward to every month. Yeah. People don't just try Whipbox, they keep coming back. So when I look at the value, the variety, and the experience that it delivers every month, I don't think of Whipbox as just another monthly subscription. I think it's one of the easiest ways to introduce someone to Scentsy. Especially when the average value of a Whipbox in 2026 is about $53 worth of products. So, and you can't forget, if you and your customers have $60 or more in your club order, then the Whipbox can be purchased for just $17.50 as your half-price item. So for those of you who haven't purchased one yet, if that doesn't convince you, I don't know what will. But here's what it looks like if you purchase the Whipbox every month. The total average value for 12 boxes this year is $629 throughout the whole year. But with Whipbox, you get them.
That is a bad value. You don't know anything that you're going to get in that box. You don't know anything. It's all a surprise. So your only value is the total value is $629. You're going to be paying $420 of products you don't know what you're going to get. You've literally sold me not on buying this box. You're the worst salesman. Does everyone know, like, what? Y'all all know. Y'all all know why I'm, like, raging against this kid. Literally. Total value, $629. Total cost, $420. Doesn't include tax, doesn't include shipping. $200 difference. Big whoop. And $420 of surprise items. No thanks. And that's $420 of half price. That means, what's this math I've got to keep doing? $17 is my half price. That's $60. 60 times 12. 720. And then I have to pay $17.50. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Total cost. 17 times 12. Why is this not adding up? Monthly value of the Whipbox. Total value, total cost. $420. Oh, if it's only in half. Never mind.
You get them for $420. But that's if you're buying it at full price, $35. But right away, you save 33%. You use monthly club as your half price item, and 12 Whipbox costs just $210 for the entire year. That's 66% off retail. Yeah.
You don't know what you're getting,
66% off retail for new Scentsy products every month. Those are the numbers that you guys should be showing your customers. That's how you get them on Whipbox every single month. Sometimes I hear some people say, well, there's a product that wasn't really for me, or there's a product that my customer didn't want, so they didn't buy the box. My answer is always the same. Don't judge 35. The entire experience by one product. Look at the value of the whole box. You can gift the item. Yeah. You can gift the item, share it, save it for someone else. You are still getting an incredible value. So one Whipbox tells the Scentsy story.
You know what he does every single time? He's like, hey, if you don't like something in there, just gift it to a customer. He says it almost every single end of month live, and I'm just like, so you're putting shitty things in the Whipbox, and then when people don't like them, which you address almost every single live at the end of month live, you then tell them when they don't end up liking it to gift it to a customer. Sir, what a great sales technique. I don't know what's happening. Ugh. Sorry, I'm in like a ton of pain right now.
It introduces fragrance, decor, cleaning, laundry, more, all in one experience. That's a much easier conversation than asking someone to choose just one product. So sometimes it creates a loyal customer. Sometimes it could create a new consultant. We're already planning some of the most creative Whipboxes we've ever developed. So if you've been loving them currently, I personally think it's just going to get better. I can't tell you really what's coming yet, but I can tell you we're thinking bigger than ever before. Bigger themes, more immersive storytelling, more exclusive products. And if you think Silver and Gold last year was an incredible whiff box with a fragrance designed by my mom and inspired by all of you at SFR last year, just wait until you see what's coming. Yeah. This is a whiff box inspired by what it means to come home. And one thing I'm especially excited about.
If the fall whiff boxes, August, September, October, December whiff box should come December 1st. It should be red and embossed gold leaf looking something or whatever. Red and like gold glossy S on it. And November should be silver, embossed glossy, or no, like silver S stuff. October should be like Halloween, black and orange. September should be like pumpkin-y. September, like, and then August should be like maroon. You know what I mean? Like, they should go hardcore, really cool colors for the boxes. Like, go hardcore collectible boxes. I don't know. Do something cool. Because the boxes suck. I'm gonna grab this for the thumbnail. Because why not?
At Expo, many of you designed your own whiff boxes, and the creativity was incredible. I saw so much excitement in all of you to create your own whiff box. You thought like product developers, choosing a theme, building a collection, and creating the story behind it. Beginning next year, we'll select some of those ideas and develop them into real whiff boxes that will be sold. So, some people were joking with me and saying, you just want us to do your job, huh? That's only half of it, though. The other half is that I would really want to showcase all of your creativity and get you involved in the process. So, if your idea is chosen, you'll have a front row seat to the development process, and when it launches, we'll share your story alongside it. Yeah. Some of our best ideas come from you and your customers who use our products every single day. I believe Whiffbox is becoming one of the most exciting ways to experience Scentsy, so if you haven't subscribed yet, this is the year. If you haven't used Whiffbox to introduce someone new to Scentsy, this is the year. Because we are...
If it's the most... Listen, guys. If... Sir Whiffs a lot. If it's the most exciting way to be introduced to Scentsy, then why are you not telling really exciting stories every single month, at the end of the month, with the exciting stories that people are experiencing when they open the boxes? Where are the stories? Where are the people? Why are you not like shoving your parents out of the way to get on screen to tell us how incredible the like opening of the boxes is? Whatever I'm supposed to say. You aren't doing that. Just because you believe something doesn't mean it's actually happening. I could believe that like red thumbnail covers are the best performing thumbnails on my channel. That doesn't mean it's actually something. I would need to go to the analytics and say like, what are the best performing thumbnail colors, or what are the best performing thumbnails on my YouTube channel? You have to look at the data. If the whiff boxes aren't actually exciting or incredible or the best way to experience Scentsy, then you're full of it. If you want that to be something, then make it something, dude.
We are just getting started. The best whiff boxes we've ever created are still ahead of us. And I mean that. I'm not just reading a script. 2027, I am so excited about it. And I can't wait for you guys to experience those whiff boxes too. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God. I wonder if they got the song rights that they were supposed to for this conference.
Nate Bastian, and...
Oh my God, yes. Social media specialists. Oh no. Go back. Basically, on our Pepe... Do you want to see the board? No. I'll just show you a glimpse. No. Well, yeah, I will. This is our board that I'm working on. We're putting the timeline somewhere over here. We're putting the timeline somewhere down here, but then I'm putting the group talks over here, and then I'm putting pictures of the group speakers, and then I'm doing the individual speakers right here. So this is the board that I'm working on for the individual video. So if you haven't been able to watch every single long live stream, don't worry about it. We're going to do a quick like TLDR. You didn't get to watch everything, so here's the Spark Notes. Anyways, that's why we're getting all the screenshots. Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Howdy, everyone.
Not to point out the elephant in the room, but yes, Kendall and I are both pregnant.
And we're not.
Man, we're excited to speak to you all today. So, earlier this week, Orville challenged us to think differently about the future. Customers are discovering products in entirely new ways. They're searching differently, they're shopping differently, and they're learning differently. But one thing hasn't changed. People still discover Scentsy because of people. 22 years ago, that happened around the kitchen table. Today, it often starts with a screen. The data shows that globally, screen time accounts for 40% of waking hours. That's kind of crazy. Sometimes that screen is Google, or TikTok, or YouTube. That is where the attention is.
I kind of wanted one of them to crash out.
It's artificial intelligence. Take a look at this. It starts simple. Someone might ask, what can I buy to make my home smell good? And instantly, it answers. Reed diffusers, plugins, wax melts, and candles. So, they go one step further. Can you recommend a few brands to look at? And this is the moment that matters. This is the list AI gives someone who is ready to buy right now. Indeed, boo. So again, do you see Scentsy? No.
Thank God.
Now, this example of using AI is both exciting and it's a little sobering. For more than 20 freaking years, we've built one of the most loved fragrance brands in the world. But today, when someone asks AI where to find great home fragrance, Scentsy isn't always a part of the conversation.
Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? Why is that? Because you can't buy Scentsy online. Dude, my guy. You know why. Orville and Heidi ruined y'all's chance. Y'all should have been doing this back in 2005. Y'all are behind the times. By like 25 years, 30 years, you're 30 years behind. 20 years? 15? You're only 20 years behind. You're like 20, you're only like 25 years behind. You poor little baby. Get online, be able to like let people buy your stuff online.
Conversation. Now, that isn't a reason to panic, even though sometimes I do inside, but it's a reason to build. And we are already building. Our marketing, digital, and social teams are investing in making Scentsy easier to find through search, AI, and...
That's why you went on Amazon. That's why they went on Amazon. The story about battling, like, whatever that Lone Ranger on Amazon was bullshit. They went on Amazon so they could start trending on the AI portals that people are using to ask questions.
And every digital touch point.
You better clap right now.
What you just saw isn't where we're staying. It's exactly what we're committed to improving. But we can't do it alone. No. So let me ask you a question. Do you know where AI generates its responses from? It's not from one company's website. It's from the whole internet, from articles, videos, reviews, social media, and most importantly, everyday people sharing what they love. You.
No, dude, you are so misrepresenting what you're about to say so that you're inspiring them to help Scentsy when what you need to be doing is helping them grow. Like, you need to position Scentsy to help them, and you are trying to squeeze more work out of the reps to help Scentsy. This is bullshit. This is literal bullshit. Orville asks and asks and asks and asks of these reps so much, and they don't give back at all. Here's a free warmer, here's a free warmer, here's a free warmer, here's a free warmer. Hey, by the way, can you post more about us online so we can, like, gain traction so when people type in, you know, ChatGPT or Perplexity about us that we'll rank? Boo-hoo, Orville. Spend some money for once. You frickin' cheapskate.
You, consultants, sharing what you love and what Scentsy has done for you. That is how discoverability works today. You'll hear our teams use terms like SEO, AEO, GEO, or as old McDonald liked to say, EIEIO. That's my son's favorite right now. Don't worry about the acronyms. They all mean the same thing. Helping search engines, and now AI, better understand who Scentsy is. And the exciting part?
Oh my God, AI is just using information that is already available to navigate what it thinks the user is asking it. It's following instructions to the best that it knows how. It's artificial intelligence. But it's pulling from a database, a data set. Where is that database coming from? The internet. Information that's already posted. And who has fucked up the SEO? Scentsy has. It's Scentsy's website. What has it posted online? Fuckery. What has anti-MLM done to try to warn people about the bad commission structure? A lot. And where has Scentsy told the reps to be? In people's home, basically offline. They're so far beyond, like, behind the 8 ball. Well, I'm not saying it's over. I'm just saying, like, they have such an uphill battle, and you know what they're doing? They're basically saying, yep, it's all your fault. And by the way, yeah, those 2012 reps, they're still better than you two. And we're not going to give you any more compensation for it to, like, do all this extra work. But, like, do all this extra work. And please, can't you help us do better so the AI programs will answer Scentsy when people ask about good smelling scents? Give me a break, dude.
Exciting part? Every one of us can help teach it.
What Peyton just showed you isn't just about AI, it's about discovery. For years, customers searched for brands, and today, brands are finding customers. Every month, more than 200 million people in the United States open TikTok to connect with friends, be entertained, and discover something new. Discovery has become the new front door to commerce, and TikTok isn't the only place that's happening. People discover brands every day on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, Amazon, and through AI. And that's why our strategy isn't simply creating more content, it's creating meaningful content where discovery is already happening. Because before someone ever connects with a consultant, they're deciding whether they trust the brand, the products, and the people behind them. Every story we tell, every product we feature, every behind-the-scenes moment, and every customer experience helps build that trust, and ultimately helps someone discover you.
So what does that actually look like? Think of it this way. Our job is to open the front door. Your job is to welcome people in. Every platform is another front door. On YouTube, we're telling the story, the long story, like the family origins film. I don't know, has anyone watched that since being here? So good.
Why didn't she get to do more talking and presenting at Scentsy Family Reunion? Why did Dan talk? Why did Orville talk? Why did Heidi talk? Why did that dude who's in charge of international director like fuckery, why did he talk? She should have talked more. Why did like us not understanding the door theme? They missed out on the door theme so much. Like I understand it more from this group than I did at the beginning. I thought that the door theme with their logo was so moronic. The idea was moronic, but it makes more sense now, but they didn't help things. The girl in the green dress should have presented way more.
So good. Or product education, some behind-the-scenes moments. This is all the why behind Scentsy. And the more time people are spending with our brand, the more they're falling in love with it. And once they fall in love, they don't need convincing. They need a consultant. On Meta, we stay connected with people who are already interested. And on TikTok, one authentic moment can introduce Scentsy to someone who's never heard of us. That's why creator commerce is growing so quickly. People don't just buy products anymore. They discover people and products they trust, which helps them fall in love with the brand before they buy. On Amazon, we meet millions of shoppers where many buying journeys begin. They discover the brand, build confidence, and then they come looking for someone to help them. That someone is you. Different doors, same house.
Nope. False. False, false, false. You're not going to find something like that on Amazon. Y'all are so delusional. If you think that someone is going to go to Amazon and buy a Scentsy warmer and then go, you know what? I can get something in 2 days. I'm going to go to a real human being and text them and go through the hassle of starting a conversation with them and, oh yeah, I have to go back and forth with them and maybe drag this process out for 3 to 4 days to get this warmer, but I could just get it on Amazon. And I know Orville said, no, all the warmers are going to be with the reps. This is such a mistake. Orville, that's fine. Burn your company down. Burn your company down, my guy. I don't care.
That's really what the heart of all of this is. Technology changes, but relationships don't. 22 years ago, helping someone discover Scentsy meant inviting them into your home. Today, it might be inviting them to watch a video, share a post, leave a comment, follow a channel, different tools, but the same purpose. Every time you watch one of our videos and you like it, or share it, subscribe, or provide an authentic comment, you're teaching the internet something. You're telling YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Google, and especially AI, that people care about Scentsy.
Sure. When you watch my video, this video right here, after it's ended, and you like the video, and then you leave a comment telling people that Scentsy is a multi-level marketing company, and that the warmer that they've purchased or the wax melts that they purchased are from a multi-level marketing company, and that they could mute MLM by pausing until they choose to be a retail company, and they could support a small business, feel free to do that, because that also tells people when they're searching for Scentsy on YouTube or on Google, because YouTube videos will rank on Google, that maybe someone wants to choose to buy something different until Scentsy decides to go retail. Or go try to find a Scentsy warmer at Goodwill. I don't know.
It's not just about consultants. When your customers also like, comment, share, and follow Scentsy too, those authentic interactions become some of the strongest signals to AI, and AI will learn from those. When those platforms recognize that, they help more people discover us, which means more people discover fragrance, opportunity, and community, and more people discover you. Again, earlier this week, Orville challenged us to build the next wave of Scentsy. This is one of the simplest ways every one of us can help. So before you leave today, take out your phone, follow Scentsy on the platforms that you use, subscribe to our YouTube channel, watch the Family Origins film if you haven't, or if you have, like, comment, and share your Scentsy story on that particular film or that particular post. But together, or sorry, those actions only take a few seconds. So we need everybody to do that. So together, we can help people find Scentsy. And when people find Scentsy, we want them to find you. We help the world discover Scentsy. You help them find a home. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Okay, skip. Not my favorite.
Before we wrap up today, we want to do a quick recap of everything we've shared. Fall is coming fast, and we want you to be ready.
That's right. We have a packed calendar ahead of us. So, you ready to walk through it?
Why are they presenting?
In August, we're launching the Cozy Cabin Edit, Seasonal Fragrance Brochure in Region 1, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yes, you two may be confused. That little block of, that looks like a toilet paper roll, that maybe a toilet paper roll that had a baby with wrapping paper. That is a warmer. I think it's a warmer. It's like a tartan plaid paper towel roll wrapping paper warmer. That's new. There's a wax melt. Then there's a Pirates of the Caribbean. They're gonna keep going, and I'm gonna keep being snarky. So hold on to your seats.
The Harvest Collection, NFL, and Practical Magic.
Oh yes, the Harvest Collection. This pumpkin. They chose the best pumpkin to show. If you missed it, they adulterated a pumpkin on day 1. And I'm not going to spoil the surprise, but you missed it. You missed it.
Plus, there's one more coming in August you won't believe.
In September, we're launching the Halloween Edit, Seasonal Fragrance Brochure in Region 2 and 3.
They have Mickey Mouse ear warmer.
Walt Disney World embroidered Mickey ears and wax collection.
Care Bears and The Lord of the Rings.
The Lord of the Rings was an adulteration of a lifetime.
So far, so good? Okay.
No.
Remember, not every customer will be interested in every launch. Use the...
No shit, because y'all don't know how to design warmers for some fans, but that's okay.
Scentsy Connect app and your customer's order history to decide which products to promote to which customers.
Think about people you know who aren't customers yet who might be interested in these products. Take some of the tips you learned from Jen and Samantha in breakouts and in sound bites to help you promote.
And then we get to October. We have the Gingerbread Edit, the Holiday Collection, including our new Coca-Cola product.
Oh yes, they have a partnership with Coca-Cola now. Forgot to bring that up.
Products.
Winnie the Pooh 100th anniversary and Alice in Wonderland.
Doesn't look like it at all.
Products. And probably a few surprises up our sleeves.
Yes, but we are standing in front of 4,500 renegades.
Oh, yes,
they are walking away with the skills to do this.
That's right. So that's everything we've shared for the next 3 months. And we have even more coming in November and December to help you finish the year strong.
Start thinking now about how you'll build excitement around each launch. We'll have more details as we get closer to each one.
All right, but that's all you get for today, okay? Oh my goodness, jeez.
It was a lot.
That's the second time I've been booed up here. Carrie, thank you for your help. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you. Let's give Carrie a big round of applause.
I'll be there,
Mute.
All right, next up, let's talk about events that we have planned for the next year. And I need some help, so let's welcome back to the SFR stage, Chuck Thompson.
Chuck is Orville's brother.
You're missing your beard.
I know. Well, that picture's like 10 years old, so. It is nice to know, I mean, it's sad to know that the event is ending, but it's nice to know that as one ends, we have another one to look forward to.
That's right. And many more after that. Here's a quick look at what's coming.
We're going to continue to bring us all together throughout the year, both in person and virtually. We want to stay connected.
Sorry, I guess I need to make a view where y'all can see. It's just. Let me make a new view where I can make it bigger. It's just I can no longer type on my phone. We don't need to make a new view. I'll make a new view for next stream. Oh God. Mistakes have been made.
That's your coat.
It is.
But you're missing your beard.
I know. Well, that picture's like 10 years old, so. It is nice to know, I mean, it's sad to know that the event is ending, but it's nice to know that as one ends, we have another one to look forward to.
That's right. And many more after that. Here's a quick look at what's coming.
We're going to continue to bring us all together throughout the year,
World
both
tour.
in person and virtually. We want to stay connected with you and maintain strong community bonds. Every event we planned is designed to help new and existing consultants, you guys, feel connected, build excitement, and prepare you for what's coming next.
You have told us that Scentsy events provide you with connection, motivation, energy, and so much more. We want every event we host to be intentional, meaningful, and worth the investment you make to be there.
As we walk through what's coming up next year, consider how you might help us make those events a thriving place to connect, learn, and grow, and have fun together.
That's right. We'll start with World Tour. This event has been a mainstay for us for years.
As you know, this year in January and May, we hosted our virtual World Tour events to engage as many of you as possible. Based on the success of those events and your feedback, we're going to stick with the virtual model for our World Tour events in November and again next year.
That's right. You can expect new product reveals, training from the home office and your leaders, company announcements, and more. And many of you connect with each other by tuning in for watch parties, which is a fantastic way to participate.
Excellent way. Now we're going to open up registration.
Yes, at least we can snark. That is true. We're going to have to do some like creative interaction fun stuff because we know that Orville and Heidi are going to be dry as hell. Chuck is actually interesting. Chuck is very dynamic. And I don't know if Orville just can't like let go of the reins. I literally am so confused why Chuck cannot be the MC. Chuck has so much personality. He knows how to speak without a frickin' teleprompter. He's actually funny. He actually has good timing with stuff. I don't know, like, why he can't be the person, the front-facing person. I have no idea.
Registration for our November event soon with dates and more details, so keep your eyes on your workstation. And if you're looking around the room and wishing you had more of your team could be here, consider putting together a World Tour watch party and inviting them in.
That's a good idea. In the meantime, there are many ways to stay connected and informed. As you already know, your workstation, our Scentsy Fragrance Consultants Facebook group, and by tuning in to our YouTube channel for End of the Month Live, where Heidi, Orville, and I, we get to reveal the new products coming for that month and programs and share some sneak peeks sometimes and have special guests sometimes.
Hey,
well,
I'm a big fan of YouTube, so I'm glad to see us go into that. I think it's going to be excellent as we build that, right?
That's true.
You guys agree? Okay. Also, be sure to check out the Skills Studio on your workstation. I hope you guys have been taking advantage of that, but you'll find even more opportunities for consultant-led training and connection there.
Now let's talk about our Scentsy leadership event, starting with Retreat for Leaders. This event is available to qualifying leaders who want to strengthen their leadership skills, improve their team building skills, and to build relationships with each other.
Again, this past year, we had a fantastic virtual experience where more leaders could join from their homes and watch parties. This allowed a larger group to gather, evaluate the past, bounce ideas off each other for the future, and set goals for what's next.
Because it was so successful, and when we say that, we went from about 150 registered to about 1,500 registered.
Yeah.
We will continue with a virtual event for leadership in 2027. That means even more leaders will have an opportunity to attend. Now, we know that this time together makes a difference, and we need your enthusiasm and ideas, and you need time and space to learn from and support each other.
This is another area where we'll share more details on your workstation soon, but start planning now to join us in January for our virtual leadership. And if you are new or an up-and-coming leader, we also want to invite you to attend our next boot camp in April, right up the road at the home office. Boot camp is an amazing opportunity for new leaders to get great leadership training and to meet the home office team.
We actually hosted boot camp just this last week.
Yeah.
Boot camp 55, let's hear you! Well done. That was so much fun attaching that to SFR.
It was a lot of fun.
Great opportunity. Now, we hear time and time again that lifelong friends are made at boot camp. And we all could use a few more of those, so that's very helpful. But I also want to ask the audience to make some noise if you've attended boot camp and stayed connected with your platoon. Make some noise.
Yeah. You might have to restart the counting.
Yeah. And maybe change the name, too.
Change the name?
Director Boot Camp.
Yeah, we'll think about that. We'll think about that.
Yeah.
So we're going to accommodate as many new leaders as possible, obviously, and we'll add more sessions if needed. Ask anyone who's attended, and they'll tell you what an incredible experience. It sounds like almost everybody here was attending at some point. So anyway, dates and information obviously will come as we go much further. And in addition to these events, we're also going to gather our top leaders throughout the year, and we'll share more details on those soon as well. And we do our best to keep you informed and stay connected with various leadership calls that we have weekly and bi-weekly and those kind of things.
If you're a Scentsy leader and you're not joining those calls, we really encourage you to tune in.
Yeah.
They are really good. We share leadership tips and training. We also provide the latest product and company updates so you can keep yourself informed and your teams.
I cannot believe it. But I think wait a minute, you filled their suitcases, didn't you?
Oh, well, they had one empty spot. And I filled it with a warmer, like a big one.
I don't know that we can do this then.
And I know how much of a problem it is to repack your suitcase over and over again.
No. Go ahead and scroll past this part. No, I'm just kidding. How about one more giveaway, Dan?
All right. Today, you are all receiving the Sunset Light Candle Holder with the Cashmere Vanilla Sugar Candle insert.
Dave, bring it out.
Bring them out.
So this is the candle insert and the candle holder. So this is the new thing that they're doing where it is the sleeve where you can put different candles in it. And you can get different ones for different seasons. So, anyways, skip. We're almost there. Yay. Look, if 2 people went to this, you and your spouse, I think it's like $700. Oops. Woohoo. Woohooers. No, I knew she would do it.
Okay, we hope you love your candle holders. Woo! Aren't they beautiful? The design reminds me of a summer sunset, and I may be biased, but I think we have some of the best sunsets in the world here in Boise. Maybe you've had a chance to witness one. I'm not sure. We've kind of had crazy weather. It has been such a pleasure to welcome you to our home this year. We always love a global event because it brings everyone together.
They've been pretty generous. I think they've, I think they must have like given a bunch of stuff away since their stage was lackluster and their presentations were lackluster and their lighting was lackluster and everything was lackluster. Maybe they were, when you overcompensate because you are awful at everything else, so you just throw money at someone. Oh, that's just me being a brat. Yeah, that's this. Setting that aside, I think they did give a lot of warmers to them, but they also paid a bunch of money for a ticket. One ticket to this was $350. That being said, when y'all sent me to Monate, that was a $300 ticket. Y'all sent me to Monate, and y'all paid for my flight. I also I watched Knox before and after that trip. So I was able to give a chunk of money towards that too. I feel like it was a group squirrel effort for that. But like Monate, we didn't get good stuff. Monate used their money for like, I don't know, fuckery.
But we understand that traveling to one place, especially from other countries, can be challenging.
So next year, we will host a combination of in-person and virtual events by region for SFR to reach as many consultants as possible.
Also, I didn't know, Wendy, if it was okay to say or not about Knox, but if it is, just let me know in the chat. I didn't say anything yet, but if the reps travel often, the glass ceramics are going in a carry-on. Yeah. I might just ship everything. Yeah, so Knox, he went over the Rainbow Bridge like a week and a half ago. So he, Knox was, he was the dog. He was Wendy's dog. So I watched him a couple times a year. So it went on last Tuesday. So I'll show y'all a picture. I don't have I only have some recent videos from last time I watched him. But that was like the last time I watched him. But it was just time for him to go, you know. So he was a good dog.
Now we're going to first start with the Region 3 event. We have about 14 consultants who traveled all the way from Australia and New Zealand to be with us here. thank you for joining us in Boise this week. Now, next year, we're going to take a different approach. We want to make it easier for more consultants across Australia and New Zealand to experience SFR together. But we know that Region 3 has small numbers. So we have two options. First, SFR 2027, we will have a very special live virtual experience planned just for you.
And okay, go ahead, clap. And it will include everything you love about SFR. New product reveals, inspiring keynotes, consultant speakers, and new ways that we will connect and interact with you during the event. And we encourage you to gather for watch parties to make the most of it. Final dates are coming, so keep your eye on your workstation, and we'll share more soon. And of course, you are always welcome to join one of our in-person events.
So we are going to have SFR in Region 2 and Region 3. We'll talk about that in a moment. If you're from Australia or New Zealand and want to attend one of those two live events, you can do that registration free.
Woohoo! And that's only for Region 3.
They have to travel a long way.
They do.
We can't wait to be back with you in Australia and New Zealand again soon.
So next up, Scentsy Europe.
Woohoo!
Who is here from Europe?
Yes.
Awesome. It means so much to us that you came, so thank you for being here. For SFR 2027, some of you may need to do a little traveling, but hopefully not too far.
This destination is certainly worth it. Home to the world's largest arts festival, the entire city is filled with singers, performers, comedians, and artists, sharing their talents in local venues and along the city streets for an entire month each year.
The city is built on extinct volcanoes and an iconic castle.
Oh yeah, hold on. Sorry, ignore me. I'm just emotional. Okay. All right, we're back.
Resting on the top of one of the dormant peaks, offering panoramic views you won't want to miss.
And it's the first ever UNESCO City of Literature, home to authors like Sir Walter Scott, Robert Louis Stevenson, and J.K. Rowling.
Woohoo! Does anybody know? Yeah, we have been there before, and I can still remember these amazing pork sandwiches that we ate on our trip. And if you're extra hungry, skip the oink and go for the grunter. Any guesses? Yeah, you already said it. Take a look.
I don't want to ban us with the music. So if you want to look on screen, there's this like oh my god, someone said Vegas is my guess. Jeez Louise. Not y'all, someone in the chat. On the Zoom chat. Then someone said, oh. Scentsy Family Reunion 2027 is in Edinburgh, Scotland, UK. Stop. What?
Going to Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
To hang out with all the pretty ghettos.
SFR will take place on July 30th to 31st with a special leadership event on July 29th. We can't wait to see you there.
Woohoo!
And we will also host a virtual option for those who want to participate but aren't able to travel.
Okay, we've got one more SFR destination. Yeah, and we're going to let you know. Okay, we couldn't agree on where to go.
We all have different places that we would want to go for SFR 2027. So we're going to solve this problem Thompson style. Hand over hand, guys.
Hand over hand.
Ready?
Go.
Oh, God.
Okay,
you win. I win, so run my script. This is where I want to go.
Okay.
Sorry, my place was better.
Oh, dang it.
We're coming back to Boise. Just kidding. So this bat actually has a story behind it. A 140-year-old story, actually. This brand has been equipping legends since the 1880s. Babe Ruth swung one. So did Jackie Robinson and Derek Jeter, too.
Their products, some of you are already guessing. Their products are associated with excellence, and they all come from one place. Let's see if you can guess where.
It sits right on the Ohio River at the one stretch that made boats stop, unload, and build a city right there instead of going around.
It's a place where for 2 minutes every May, the entire world stops to watch thoroughbreds fly around a track that's been open since 1875. Fancy hats required.
It's the hometown of a heavyweight champion who once said he was the greatest of all time, and turned out to be right.
It's home to the world's largest baseball bat, a 120-foot steel one leaning against the building where the real bats are still made by hand.
And if you order the local specialty, a hot, open-faced turkey sandwich they've been serving since the 1920s, don't ask for it to go. You got to eat it right there, hot. Any guesses?
Yeah.
I think it's time we let them see.
Okay. On the count of three. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Why are they doing so many locations? That's my question. So next week we have 2 trainings, Wednesday training and Thursday training, that were both, I've been here once before. It's really pretty. I don't know how far it is from my... Number 1, I don't know if guests are allowed. Number 2, God.
From that giant bat and the riverfront. And we're hoping an easy drive for so many of you.
We already know it's going to be a home run.
Louisville, Kentucky, we cannot wait. Okay. We will gather July 19th through the 20th.
Joining us at 7.
Woohoo!
And with that final announcement, Scentsy Family Reunion is complete. It has been an incredible event.
We did it. Okay, goodbye. All right, we did it. We did it. Okay, so interesting information. I think we'll get more. Here's the twist. Well, 2 trainings next week and then 1 like recap video, but I think the Pepe Sylvia board is going to be more interesting because we have more of an outline of the twisty characters on the Pepe Sylvia board, and we did it. So I think that's what we learned more. And then the trainings board, the trainings that we're going to go through, we're going to be able to add to the Pepe Sylvia board. So we're going to look at the trainings first. And so then when we get to our master board, because we're going to do a chronology, not a chronology, we're going to do a timeline. So when we are able to, we were working on this in members only, but this one right here, Debbie Pitts Palmer was our lady right here who we looked at on Monday last week, who was our twisty fundraiser lady. And so as I've been going through our 20-year people, I've been finding the links for each person here. But what I'm going to do is, here is the logo. I'm going to make a single line. And so it's going to be a linear chronology for, a linear timeline for like more of our people need a timeline straight across friends. So what I still have to do is, these are our groups, our group talkers. These are our individual speakers. These are their social media links. And so when I make the timeline of starting Scentsy Day, and then each person who speaks, the time slot is going to link to the individual speakers, but each grouping is still going to be intact. And so we still get to have our tree of squirrel, but we get to be A-type personality too. Kind of. Anyways. So let it be written, so let it be done. Kind of. Ish. Wait, where is it? Where are you? Oh no.
So let it be done.
So close. Anyways, it's been fun. Go regulate yourself. I'm gonna go regulate myself. I'm gonna go take my meds and grab a drink of hydration, and I'm more of a typo personality. I'm more of a spill liquids on my electronics personality. I'm more of a trip over things as I walk across a flat surface with nothing in front of me personality. Alexis! Thank you to the lurkers. Thank you to the non-lurkers. Thank you to the replay crew. Please lick the stream and, don't join an MLM. Toodles!